Oh. Oh. Wait, we might be good. Yeah, dude, I had to like copy paste that key like 3 or 4 times. Was he invisible? Oh. Wait, is it working? It's working. I think.
Time's low. Put your head down and get it done. Fine. Get ready for the next one.
All right. Jesus fuck, bro. All right, I try now.
Dang, what an aim. Try like 8 rounds? What the fuck?
Search and destroy.
Is it working on YouTube?
Eliminate the objective. Bomb acquired. You're our last chance. Think smart, move fast. One hostile remaining.
Our side.
Time check, blackout. Predator about
No, bro.
clean it up, J-Sock.
Your shit's so fat.
Oh wait, is this? Is it? It's working on YouTube, correct? Okay, cool. Okay.
Search and destroy.
All right, cool.
End the objective. One enemy left. Handle it. Get serious, Black Ops. MTC is breaking bottom.
Easy.
Do it again so we can get the hell out of here.
Audio is a bit lower on YouTube. What? I can't explain that one, brother. Cannot explain that one, brother. You should have tried like fucking 4 rounds ago. Hey.
Search and destroy.
Now we clutch up and take his elo. He said, shut that mouth.
Destroy the objective.
Watch this shit. I'm gonna hit this nade. I'm gonna hit that nade. Yep. Don't even. I don't even play this game. I got nade spots.
Bomb dropped. Bomb acquired. Running out of daylight. Close it down, Black Ops.
Bro, teammate! What are you doing? You just let him finesse you? Okay, we're done.
Cut our losses.
You should.
I played Raid for 15 years. That's fair. That's pretty fucking fair.
We put the belt to ass. We put the B into ass. You know what I mean?
That's fucking. That's abuse.
Bet.
The fuck? All right. Yeah, there's a couple commands we got fixed. Okay. Fuck. Bro. Wow.
Crimsix is here.
Dude, YouTube Studio is low-key terrible. This shit is terrible. Wow. Awesome fighter. Thank you for the prime, bro. Much love, dude. Raven, dude, I don't know. That's the thing. I downloaded like all of them until it actually fucking worked. Solix, I mean, dude, I was trying to figure out this tech situation the whole fucking time. Yeah, that is Tommy. Should probably get a different sub sound. Yeah, I don't even. This YouTube is actually insane how fucking bad it is. Like, I don't even understand. How do I change my title on YouTube now? I really don't care at this point. All right. 1 sec, guys. Oh, it's just YouTube Studio, bro. Fuck. Oh my god. Loud. Top 250, bro. I honestly don't care about that. I'm a wheel man. I'm a wheel man now. Okay. This is gonna be fucking hilarious though. This is gonna be actual comedy. Dude, if I see Vicstar in a fucking Formula E car, oh, this guy's gonna crash. Possum Fighter, they're sort of finalized. They're just not public. Oh fuck, they're in Jeddah too, bro. No fucking way. Dude. Oh my god. Content creator race in Jeddah, dude. The walls at Jeddah are fucking tight. Yo, Gersh, disrespect me like that again. I don't know where you live now, but I'm gonna find out where you live. I'm gonna come slap you. All right, all right, buddy. Dude, I might as well put the. Dude, see the problem with dude, I need to get it set up for multi-stream where I see both chats in the same chat box. Because, bro, I'd be whenever I multi-stream, I disrespect the YouTube chat. I'm not gonna lie, like that's.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? Like maybe, let me put on. I'll just put on the other monitor. There we go. Okay. You're in Dallas now? You're in Romania because of CS? Bro, Gersh. Yeah. You even know how to throw a pop flash? Or no? What's up, Illy Ill? Oh, I gotta tweet this out, bro. That's on me. Yeah, I don't know, Raven. I might one day just like get assistance with it all, you know? Wait, what is this? Okay, I have the feed up, but um are you actually in Romania? No fucking dude. Ah, man, I should have went pro in CS. I fucking love to travel. And like CS, dude, they're going all over the fucking world. Yeah, I gotta disable the ads, bro. Like, who the fuck do I think I am? You know? Let me turn off the ads. Yeah, but like, look how insane this monitor looks. Hopefully not. Let me unplug something. Ah. Wish it like lit up more, but in the back. It's the one that literally just came out. Like a 540 hertz OLED. All right, I'm not sure when this is gonna start. I literally could have played another game of ranked. Yeah, it's the Asus, whatever the Asus OLED PG, whatever is. The 540 hertz OLED. Dude, if they're actually in full-blown Formula E cars, I'm gonna fucking cry laughing. Because those cars are no fucking joke. Is that what it is, actually? Kaneski, is that the actual code? Because I'll change the monitor command right now. Oh, Gersh, you want to know what's insane, bro? I'm off the nicotine completely. Yeah. I don't know. It's the one that does 540 hertz at 1440. That one. Okay, I can't play music, right? When I fucking that's why I remember I never did multi-stream. I don't even know what dual mode is. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, Kainsky. I've gotten it to work on 540 hertz. All I do is plug in one cable though. What is dual mode? Am I supposed to plug in two? Have I not even tapped into the full capability of this fucking monitor? What up, Joshua? Yeah, Raven. I used to be able to do that, and then I got this Roadcaster, and then that shit went out the window. Dedicated, but frame rate boost? Is that what it is? Oh shit. Uh-oh. 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 Oh no. What the fuck did I do? Oh, what the fuck? This shit just went to 720, I think. What the fuck is happening? Bro, this shit just went to toaster quality. Oh, what the fuck? Yo, Hector on YouTube, do you miss CDL? No. Forsaken Afterlife, bro. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, guys. Get a grip. Bro, some people are fucking, like... Still getting the... Are you better than Scumpy? questions like, Jesus Christ, brother. Why is variable refresh rate on? That needs to be off. Okay. Bro, no fucking way we just sit here for 30 minutes. If it's 30 minutes, I'm about to just fucking go back to rank. Hold on. Whoa, that just went way brighter. Yeah, I gotta turn this brightness. That's way too fucking high. I'm gonna clear pixel edge. Bro, what? It's insanity, bro. Okay, my bad, my bad. Let me see. Let me see what's going on. Am I faster than Ricky Bobby? Probably not. Because NASCAR, dude, I didn't realize. I had no idea how complicated NASCAR was.
Did you win?
Okay. Apparently, I'm supposed to watch this. Interesting. Okay. Interesting.
Influence here. I've got to motivate the guys. I've got to encourage them because a lot of it out there comes down to confidence. When it's one of your first times going out there and going like 180 miles an hour, whatever those ridiculous
All right.
you got to have the balls to do it. So hyping them up, getting them excited, and also letting them enjoy the experience as well because this is pretty cool.
All right.
Are you enjoying it or are you feeling tense? Because a lot of the drivers have been feeling quite stressed out.
Bro, I'd be.
Quite lucky I'm not behind
All right.
because I've managed to have a fantastic day. But yeah, a few of those guys have definitely been tense throughout.
Lovely stuff. Cal, we cannot wait to see how you get on at Good
Thank
Luck.
you.
This is the
Boofy.
competition. Let's meet Quick Stars.
Hey, I'm Vicstar, 1/7 for the Sidemen, and the team principal for the Quick Stars. I'm feeling like Quick Stars. We got good chances here. I've been all over the world.
Oh my god.
To find some of the most talented creators that can also drive.
These guys are
So we got it in the
fucked.
bag, I think. There we go, Max Clemenko. This man, he's climbed a ladder many times before.
A little bit dusty.
Oval?
You know, it's an engine.
Dude, I've never even done oval on.
Boom boom type guy. You know, I'm mostly like
Never even done oval on iRacing.
And then the one.
Both Juka and Amelia are going to be fast drivers on our team.
I have no idea how fast I was going last year. I go by the feel of my butt and looking at the track where my eyes are, hopefully looking ahead and not at a wall.
They've got experience with Evo sessions, so safe bets.
Look at this. I already feel faster.
I'm not driving today because I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses. And me behind the wheel of one of these cars going that fast, that would be a weakness. So instead, I'm taking the strategic role. I've drafted my team carefully and I'm going to be guiding them through
BRN?
the checkered flag.
Who's that?
Have you heard of the Senior Frogs?
Yeah, it's, I mean,
Senior Frogs.
that's what I've been using. That's what I'm using right now.
Senior Frogs is a restaurant. Super popular too.
So Senior Frogs do have Cal Freezy, an experienced team principal. He led them to victory in the Buckmore 24-hour kart race. But my friends, this is no longer a kart race. These cars are bigger, faster.
We'll
more
see.
powerful.
We'll
So
see,
we'll
Classic
if his
Dave.
expertise
We'll
carries
see,
across.
Classic Dave.
It's gonna be crazy. Let's see what's gonna
Dude,
happen.
if they're
And just
are
wait
they
to
actually
step in
driving the
car, do some race.
they're actually
and
driving the
hopefully win.
Formula E cars.
A win for me at Evo Sessions, it would mean a lot. I've been coming to Formula E races for a very long time now, and I never expected to be asked to be a team principal of a team here. I've chosen very carefully,
Gotta represent.
and hopefully there'll be a win, and we can all leave very excited about that.
Click. Click.
I like the goal 100%. If I'm trying this, we're going for the win.
The quick stars are ready. We're confident. We'll see you guys on the circuit.
Bro, I don't even know who half of these people are. I mean, obviously I know.
Right, how is it going
the-
so far? How are the nerves? You guys had a bit of practice in the car earlier. What's the team mentality? What's morale like?
The team morale is strong. It's calm. It's collected. We've got
Dude,
drivers
Vic,
in the Formula E cars
that's such a
before,
fucking
experience.
such a fucking DJ now. It's nighttime
Ready to go.
and he's got the sunglasses
Make it
on.
happen on the track.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Amelia Hartford. I mean, she is epic. Not only builds cars, but races cars as
Don't
well.
know the Mandem? No.
And just very, again,
Who's
calm
that?
about the whole thing.
Lovely.
Wait, I can unplug this.
Are you comfortable with your guys under the night lights? Because it's one thing performing in the qualies in the daylight.
Crimsix is here. I'm gonna get this little fucking rat.
Oh, all right, Gersh. I will see you later. Oh, have fun in Romania.
Yesterday, so they've seen the track. They've seen it in action.
I think he, dude. I think he does have more aura than you.
Track walks. They've been looking at the
For
corners.
sure.
They know how things are going to change, so I'm confident in them.
Talk to us about the track walk. So what does that actually
That
mean?
is an
Like,
insane
literally just go out
oversized
and wander around the
t-shirt,
track,
though.
aimlessly taking in the views, or was there a
There
Oh.
was no aimless behavior from the quick stars. They're walking around, they're looking at every corner, the inside, the outside. They're working out how this track is going to evolve. They had iPads, they had notepads. This isn't, you know,
You
this
speak
isn't a
like a
game.
team principal.
I know, he's got all the
Are you looking for a job?
terminology.
I hope I keep the job, so we're going to have
Just
to
like
perform.
Haggy.
Drivers need to perform.
Did they do the distraction sniff though? You've got to get down there
fuck.
and sniff the curbs. You've got to.
I gave it, you know, touch test.
Oh, yeah.
I actually don't need a thermometer to get track temperature. I just put my hand on, and then I can feed that back to them. So it's the next level, you know.
Oh wow, this is impressive.
How have you been motivating your team?
You know what? I haven't actually.
You're a
needed
wise
to.
man. You've got some quotes up your sleeve.
Look, there's some additional contract extras, but can't go into those for now.
Okay, all
But yeah, they're ready. They're ready.
All
These
right,
guys
all right.
might actually fucking
Well,
die.
that leaves us to say good luck.
Jeddah's
We will
just
be
straight
seeing you
walls,
later,
bro.
Standing on the top step of the podium with your team celebrating.
Fingers crossed. Thank you very much, guys.
Good luck,
Keep
mate.
watching. Now let's go to Kroon. He's going to tell us what really does lie ahead. The gauntlet, the 19 turns here at the Jeddah Corniche circuit.
Right, I deployed Dan Tickton to go get some friends, and he's found the
Wait, what
drivers,
is
which
this?
is great. Dan, you raced on this track for the last 2 days. It's pretty tricky. Let's take a look at what these guys have been up to. So this was, first of all, Izzy down at turn 1.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
First corner, that was bold.
Yeah,
I think bold is good to an extent. And then we have,
and then Cabby got a little bit greedy, I think, with the throttle coming out, didn't he?
indeed, yeah, also very tight on exit, but luckily hit the brakes.
That's backwards.
So this was Chip at the chicane. I
Yes.
thought he did a really good job here with the
Very
line.
nice line there on the right bit of track.
Now, when we see this bit of curb here, let's have a look at the wall. Ooh, that was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Now, Will, and
This
Will.
was the most entertaining I've watched.
It's fucking Dan.
Okay, all right. So I just thought there was a faster line through. Take it. You can take a little through there. How did that work out for you? Not fantastically, Karun, I will admit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all you've shown. Well, that's what we got. And then,
Wait, is this what Mr. Beast crashed in last year? This is, right?
I actually used you as an example of what to do at turn 13. That was great.
Okay, yeah, well,
That's
I'll
the
take
highest
that.
praise. I've been watching it as well, mate.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
That was spot on. Really good. This is not
Dude,
quite how to press the brake
Dude,
pedal,
Dan
is
is
it?
fucking hilarious.
That's not quite how to brake, but let's.
Dan ticked him. He actually streams COD like all the time.
Tell us about the chicanes on the track, Dan. They're tricky, aren't they?
Yeah. They're pretty technical.
So this was Brownie.
Oh,
Off the line, really, wasn't he?
Yes.
Like, where he got it wrong was.
how did that
Too
happen?
late.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. There's a corner there.
Yes.
You just for future reference, when there's a corner, turn.
Yeah.
Very good, Corinne. Thank you. Yeah.
How the fuck did that spin even happen?
We also saw Arthur down at this one. How was this?
That was fun. A few people have done this. I was in an interview for an hour. Just
Wait, that's a different car?
So important, Dan. You missed all the good stuff. But Hoka, now he did it properly. Was this your car?
He watched everybody else, as it seems, and thought, I can do a lot better than that.
In your car?
And he's now ruined my prime rear end. That's a terrible sentence. That's the worst sentence.
Dude, they're actually... Oh my...
Brilliant. Now, what I will say,
that's what it's
Oh my, dude, they're actually, that's their actual fucking cars, I think. Unless, do they have an extra?
And watch what happened to him. Turn in and went bang, ripped off the corner of his car. So you know what?
No, that's their actual fucking cars.
It's hard, really difficult. I was a bit scared when they said they were bringing.
It's insane.
Well, your car's now totally
Because most cars, like at least in sports cars, dude, if you crash and you have damage and you have to replace this part or this part, right? Like a lot of the times the cars are never the fucking same. They're never the same again.
QR code on your screen right now. Enter for a VIP race weekend.
That's insane, dude. That's fucking crazy.
Hotels and guarantee you the best seats in the house. Now you have until 11:59.
Yeah, right? And yeah, who is paying for all the damages?
6th of March to get involved. It's open to all ages over 18 years and older. Just one entry per person though. Check the description for the full T's and C's and get scanning before that window closes. Now, before the duels commence and a winner is crowned first, they must qualify. This is survival of the fastest. First onto the circuit, the Senior Frogs team, led by Chip in the Jaguar. Car and track familiarity was the order of the day at first, but a marker put down for the rest with a time of a 1 minute 28.42.
It's pretty crazy feeling.
Holy, this is scary.
Chip's teammate, Izzy Hammond, couldn't conceal her excitement of being behind the wheel of her Lola. And while Willany didn't hold back, he was given a few reminders of the dangers involved in these Evo sessions.
Sorry. I think a couple of bumps, so I think I've got a few apologies to say, but that car is incredible.
Don't crash my car. Oh my god.
Self-preservation before finding that speed needs respect. But no such trouble for Bazinga. He showed everyone how it's done, the quickest of the Senior Frogs.
Mate, Unreal P1! Come on! No!
For quick stars, Matt Klemenko was full of trepidation, tiptoeing around the track.
2 minutes? 2 minutes? I was going so fast.
Camel, I'm doing well. Doing well, man.
Before Brownie experienced a stark introduction to life behind the wheel. Carby Lame embraced his
Chilling early morning, but earlier morning yesterday when I was coaching at Coda.
Long before his wheels went from under him.
All good, mate. All good. Just
I'm cool.
You are good, mate. You're doing well.
Amelia Hartford in her Porsche. She gave it everything and forced her way into the quarterfinals. Standout performer for the Quick Stars was Hookah. He tore around the circuit in his Kiro, much to the concern of watching Bazinga, who held the fastest overall time. But then...
Oh my god.
Guys, I'm so sorry, yes.
Could it be game over for Hookah? Could they get the car fixed in time for later? Meanwhile, Senior Frogs Bazinga was confirmed fastest from qualifying. Congratulations to him and the rest of the team.
Jesus, those are some big time differentials.
It appears that having big muscles doesn't necessarily translate to driving a car well.
I think you can conclude that.
Started coaching this year.
Wanted to push harder because I didn't look at the lap times. I was just focused on what I was doing. And then I heard that the best lap so far wasn't like really good. So I thought, all right, I need to lock in now, and I pushed it too far.
Jake, how did that look to you as a novice?
I mean, yeah, I was on the edge of my seat, but a little bit nervous.
Don't crush it.
A little bit nervous, obviously, after the spin, but yeah, he did a good job. He enjoyed it, and yeah, you still got the duels coming up as well. So yeah, we'll make some improvements.
2-minute lap, yeah, right. What
Just going way too
Does anyone know? Like, they just had 2 Formula E races here. I'm assuming it's the same track. I don't know if it was or not. What was the pole times there? 'Cause I saw 127. Like, how far off are they? Yeah, these are content creators.
Well, the fastest out of your team, so there's loads of positives.
Yeah, a lot of positive things. I'm really happy to be.
No, these are the actual. These are the actual Formula E cars.
First time ever driving a single
Like, it's not even a fucking backup car.
Experience. It was cool, and I really enjoyed.
Yeah, you were really nervous?
No, I'm cool. I want to say hi to my mother, Choma.
Ollie, what about for you? You said you were sweating more than when you were driving, watching that.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't know. I was just hoping he was going to do well, and he did. He did great. So yeah, he had a few moments, but it was nice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I think that's a TikTok guy.
I'm gonna get this little hog.
Unbroken, welcome back with the 116 months, brother. Appreciate that, man. Dude, I didn't know.
We've got Arthur and Will Ennie and the same team going.
I didn't really know that they did this either.
And this is going to be an interesting one. The quarterfinal with Izzy Hammond will no longer take place because Hugo does not have a car to race in, which means that she gets to go straight through to the semi-finals. Cannot wait to see how
Yeah, it's
that
like a
plays
streamer
out.
event.
Now, I'm delighted to say that joining me now, we have... I mean, I wish it was under better circumstances.
I
We
know.
thought we were going to see you at the end. You know, you've got pedigree with the Formula E car. What happened?
I mean, I think I was finding the limit, looking for the limit, and I found it
Mhm.
terribly. And well, I think that's what happens sometimes when you're looking to be the fastest or your fastest, and maybe I lost concentration in that braking point. That's what I think may have happened. I had the tires a little bit too hot.
Yeah, he was going way too fucking fast.
And, well, we're seeing it right now.
He actually lucked out that was like the only damage.
I've crashed out of the lead of Grand Prix when I was under no pressure and I was just having to bring it home. So I've messed up much worse than you just messed up. Do you feel better?
I'm broken. I don't think I'd qualify for this, bro.
Did you
I mean, these guys mess up.
Well, exactly.
What
right?
expects us mortals, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, he messed up and he's been karting since he was 5 years old. Unbelievable. Adequate
It
driver.
happens. It happens.
But did you check the
Greenaway
contract? You don't have to pay for that.
soon. Expect some news within the next like 2 weeks.
Hopefully not. Hopefully
You're going to be washing
what you're
dishes
saying
for
is
a long
comedy,
time.
dark comedy, but no. I mean, it bums me out. I already apologized to the team. They were amazing the whole weekend, as they were last year. Sadly, they're not going to be able to repair the car for the.
Yeah, exactly, Maverick. He was coming in way too fucking hot. He actually lucked out that was all the damage.
I'm seeing it as a,
Like that could have, in my head, that could have went way worse.
Maybe you're expecting
Just
to be
with how
here,
much speed he
that
was
day you'll be
carrying.
there. But maybe someday will be the other way.
Am I right in saying one of your laps was it second?
Lucas on YouTube, yes.
In the one I crashed, they were telling me I was 0.5 seconds.
Well,
faster.
not really.
Yeah, it was good. That was
Sorta.
the P1 lap.
It's complicated.
I mean, yes.
That's good,
I am
man.
taking
Just
that.
focus on the positive, man.
Yeah.
Sector 1 and Sector 2 quickest. Done. That's the headline.
Yeah.
That's the story.
I like that headline.
I was going to ask though, did you check your shorts? Because if I was going through there and crashing, I'd be.
To be honest, it's incredibly safe. Like I felt just like a little tap. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just continue pressing the accelerator, but it was out of the
Dry
gear,
shaft.
yeah, out of the dry shaft. So I mean, I feel perfectly fine. Morally, I'm below the ground. Hopefully tomorrow I'm not sore. I'm sure I will be a little bit, but hey, it is what it is.
How,
I mean, it's
how
insane.
fast were you going into that?
I was not looking, and I have
that's
no
probably,
idea.
Well, yeah, well.
Yeah.
Probably a bad idea to not look, but.
Also, just a reminder that obviously it's not just a car, it's Dan Tictum's actual race car that you crashed. Shall we see how Dan reflects on the moment? Come on, over to you, Bella.
Dan, your car was crashed, but not by you for once.
I'm leaving.
Yeah, you actually can't. I think you're contracted to stay here. So.
Hey, Genesis.
Luca crashed your car. How does that make you feel? I heard you said it's a lot of money.
I mean,
I'm not worried about that. You're not paid.
Wait.
Sizable sum. Yeah, it's not ideal, but look, I mean, I said in the live interview in there.
Genesis,
if I could
thank
choose
you.
anyone to crash my car,
Thank you,
it would be
man.
him, because he is a very respectful, lovely chap. He works hard whenever he comes here. He was obviously here in the Evo sessions last year. Really cares, wants to do well, and respectful. So, you know, these things happen. we do it sometimes, and we're paid to race. So you know, yeah.
That's true though. Like you expect.
I'll see you later, OBZ.
So it's just a shame that it was him.
Off
but
to
he's
sleep.
also
What fucking time?
a
What?
driver in
10 a.m.
I would say, yeah, I'd say. I mean, he's the fastest, and he's obviously driven the car before. But I've seen his data from last year, and you know, he can drive. Like, he's a good driver.
Yeah.
He locked the rears a little bit, carried a bit too much speed, and that's it. It's very easily done.
Yeah, it happens.
It's
right?
very easily done.
What involvement have you had with him and his training or training?
I wasn't in the sim session because I was actually doing my own sim session for my racing at Porsche.
Because there's also that.
Yeah, that's my job. Yeah. But yeah, a fair amount, like the pre-briefing.
Gotcha.
Through obviously on the track walk, but look at
That makes sense.
Like brake shapes, throttle.
I will see you later then, dude.
Yeah, trying to help as much as possible.
Good. Well, we thank you for that.
Yeah, great.
A shame you won't need any more.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff, thanks, Bella. Good man down at TikTok. Now, here is a reminder of what is coming up over the next hour or so. So at 7:10, we've got the head-to-head of the duels. Now, available for that is just 1 point in the quarterfinals. Then we go through to the semis, 3 points available for each one of those. If you win
Doc, yeah, I actually watched the highlights just to sort of see the racecraft.
But before the final takes place, we have the wooden spoon, effectively the loser's cup, but you get 5 points for winning that one. And the final will be taking place at 8:30. And then, of course, we will find out who is crowned the champion of the Formula E Evo sessions. Now it's time to go over to Alexa to give us a little.
This is hilarious. Genesis.
How's it going, Alexa?
Hey, Nikki. Well, it's going absolutely fantastic down here, if I do say so myself. I've been lucky enough to be in the Evo Lounge
Pre-race
all day, and
ritual.
It's absolutely happening down here. All of the creators have been spending the day in here when they've not been in the
Ooh,
garages
I mean,
and the cars, but they've
always
got
listen to music.
family here to see them
Always go to the bathroom multiple times. I do jumping jacks, stretching. I do like the wall toss. Like someone's standing behind me throwing like balls against the wall, and then I have to like react and catch them. I do like the color hecto sticks.
5 points.
I mean, these aren't really rituals, but
Not sure if it's
they're how I warm up.
But I'm taking them. 5 points. I'm going for 5 points.
Well, tell me about your experience just briefly as well, because you loved it out there.
I absolutely loved it. I mean, I was going
I gotta pee really quick.
pressed it and thought I was going all out, and then I pressed even more. I was like, what spaceship am I in? This experience was, I would say, top one of my life. This is insane. But I would have liked to place a little bit higher.
You know what? We'll just have to get back in the car again sometime, right?
100% next year.
Hey guys, I've already done the deal for you. Andretti, no need to sign the contracts. Brownie, good luck in the wooden spoon race.
Thank you, thank you.
Right, I think we should carry on through the Evo Lounge because there's still so much else to look at. I mean, of course, we also have to say hello to Formula E CEO Jeff Dodge. Jeff, how's everything going?
Alexa, very good. How are you?
Good, we are having so much fun. So thank you for letting us do this again.
Welcome anytime, my pleasure.
Now, this is what I really wanted to show you, the Evo Sessions sim rigs. People have been in and out of these sims all day long, and the coolest part of it, they have the Formula E Google Cloud coaching agent on. So when you're in them, you can wear a pair of headphones, and it will basically coach you, like race engineer you through your lap. It's actually amazing the progress that people are making by using this race engineer. Now, anything else we should see in the lounge? You got a DJ, we got food, we got drink. It's a wonderful time in here. Honestly, I've had a real blast. So, guys, back to some sporting activities. Nikki, over to you.
Watch out. Coming back to us.
Right then, guys, well, you join us live in the pit lane. We're going to go for a bit of a pit wander, guys, and see who we can find. Now, obviously, everyone's going to be doing the final prep before their quarterfinals, getting their headspace in the right place.
Who's in the car right now?
Round two.
Shove a microphone
Go on, get
in his
there.
face. Final words. He can't go anywhere because he's got no wheels on the car. Hello.
Hello, Bazinga.
Right, how are you? Hello.
It looks really comfortable in there.
Yeah, I don't have the frame for these cockpits, so it is a bit interesting.
It's very tight in there.
Dude, it blows my mind how much money they put into this. I'm not even kidding.
What? So is the race happening in second?
Yeah. I can't really.
Like they painted these helmets. That right there is like a $6,000 helmet.
Oh you're such a diva, mate.
At
Look with
least.
his leaf blower. Yeah.
And they gave all the, and then like,
Blower in there.
someone just crashed the fucking, the Cupra. Which that alone was probably,
Questions for Bez, by the way.
I have no idea, actually. I have literally no fucking idea how much damage that car's gonna be. But probably at least fucking 40,000.
So, there's a lot of burgers being said. A lot of burgers. Do you know about the burger?
No.
Can you
tell
just
us
look
about the
into the
burger.
camera and go, burger?
Okay, burger.
It's a stinker. Do that.
Uh-oh.
Stinker.
It's a stinker.
There we go.
They're loving that.
Someone said,
Excellent.
is
What
that
have you stitched
Faith's
me up for?
husband?
Yes, it is Faith's husband.
How are you feeling that? Whoa, what is that? How are you feeling that your missus is going to be watching you? Do you feel pressure? This ain't going to work, is it? How are you feeling that your missus is going to be watching you?
Interview of the year.
Yeah, even more confident.
More confident, you're not
Yes.
nervous.
Of
What
course.
if you mess up and you do terrible?
I'm fine, man.
Well, fair play. Right, let's...
I mean, I am so impressed you've just done that. 4 wheels have gone. He's gone up, he's gone down, and he's literally about to go out for the quarterfinals. I think you should give him some words of wisdom.
Right, so...
We got 10 seconds, by the way. That's
okay,
a
10
hard
seconds.
count.
Right, leaf
Hard
blower. Do
count.
it for Olive. Bez, is that Faith's husband? Will you crash?
No.
No. We love Faith's husband. What's your favourite car?
5 seconds to go. Thank you very much, guys. Good
thank
luck.
you.
Right,
Let's
let's go to our commentary team and get these quarterfinals underway. Over to you, Tom Brooks.
Thank you very much indeed, Nikki. Looking forward to this one then. We're about to get qualifying underway here in the Evo sessions for the second time in history of Formula E. Great to be here. A new circuit for the drivers in Jeddah as well. Lots of things to look forward to. Of course, prizes to be won in terms of the Teams Championship, but also the Independent Drivers Championship here as well. Let's see how this one is going to work out as the drivers are ready to head onto the track. Well, let's take a closer look then, shall we, at the Jeddah Corniche circuit here in Saudi Arabia. We are under the floodlights, and while this racetrack has been the home of some exciting action in terms of the full-time race drivers of Formula E, but also, I'm sure, here tonight for the Evo sessions, and indeed throughout this afternoon as well. Let's take a closer look at the track then, shall we? You can see under the floodlights here, 3 kilometres in length, 19 turns in total.
All right, what did they change in this layout?
Challenge about this particular circuit is?
Well, I think the proximity of the apex walls through the chicanes is one of the biggest challenges. Not so much through the very open turn 1 and 2, and that's rather optimistically called an overtake zone. That would be the case in the Formula E race. They're not expecting any overtaking in this. Once you get down into that long braking zone into 4, then again, it's building confidence for the drivers in this first phase of the lap. But once we start getting into these bus-stop chicanes, there is no room for error. And that's particularly going to be challenging for each of them. Now they've had the chance to...
Oh, they cut off a lot of the track.
Confidence will be growing.
I think.
And, well, sometimes overconfidence, as we know, can get in the way of a good lap.
Yeah, it certainly can. Wouldn't be the first time we've seen that this weekend, and especially even here this afternoon in the Evo sessions. Let's have a look and see the duels ladder then,
Genesis, you're good.
for
You're
the
good.
first time. And just remind you, the drivers that are going to be competing in the quarterfinals. So we've got Bazinga versus Carby Lane up first of all, then Duca versus Izzy Hammond should have been up second. However, Duca crashed in his qualifying session. He's out. Amelia Harford versus Chip, then Arthur TV and Will NE. So the two senior frogs going up against each other in the quarter-finals. It's going to be hugely exciting to see how this one is going to work out. So, Bazinga versus Carby Lane, then you can see the qualifying times quite different in
Holy
terms of
fuck.
their overall pace to one another. Bazinga was actually the quickest of our 10 content creators here over the course
Not even
of
close.
this afternoon. Doesn't necessarily mean that that's guaranteed, though, as we head into this one here, DC.
Not even
Yeah,
close.
but you've got to say, based on the practice time,
All right, what was the actual?
And therefore, he should just be able to bring this one round, bring it home. So this should be a fairly straightforward victory for him. That said, overconfidence sometimes can get in the way of, well, he would be picking up penalty for crossing the pit lane.
You've had a look at the data. You're fully ready, mate. Go and enjoy yourself.
I'm fully ready, man. Yes.
Exactly. Go and put into practice.
I'm gonna make it sweat. I'm gonna make it sweat.
Come on, buddy.
Yeah, he's going to make it count is Carby Lane there. We'll see how he gets on. Delighted to be joined in the commentary box by Formula E CEO Jeff Dodge. Jeff,
1:15. They're 15. Dude, that's crazy. 13 seconds off.
Doesn't it? I mean, everyone's taking it super seriously. I feel a little bit sorry for Hookah because he was so desperate to get into those into the duels, but I think Carby might hold
238 mil. Jesus.
I hope he's holding a whole lot back because that's quite a lap time difference he's going to have to pull from the bag. It just feels
that's insane.
Too far. Bazinka's hot right now.
Bazinka has a bit more experience, of course, from karting, and he likes his performance cards.
Who's pole? Well, they do like these duels.
Obviously, the actual
Bazinga's had the fastest lap.
Faster than that, and I just said, you know, what could you squeeze out of that? And when you, it's
yeah, right. Unbroken.
See how they find 10 seconds or 12 seconds. So brilliant, because it showcases just how great these Formula E drivers are. But what an opportunity to get behind the wheel of an elite racing car.
Well, they are incredibly lucky, and
oh
I had a
God,
chance to drive in Mugello and in Monaco in this very car, and even with all of my years in motor racing, I found it a great privilege to do so. So, a leap of faith for you as a champion.
Yeah, I'm gonna
put this together, give them the opportunity.
Nixler, I would say within 5.
Or, you know, you're one family, and it's all for the
dude, here's the thing. Most people, like most sim racers, right, are either really fucking good or they shit their pants.
And you're asking them to work alongside people that work with military positions about milliseconds.
So
it's a bit of a clash of cultures, but if we
it's tough to say.
To new fans, the next
So it's kind of like impossible to say. I mean,
what a great way to
like,
kick things off then. So looking at Carby Lane, just going through
I think if anyone, if they're an average iRacer with track experience, then yes. But if oh fuck,
yeah, caught it well though. I've got to say, not
yeah,
easy
he
in those
did.
higher speed corners to lose the rear end, but naturally pulled it back, and we see.
Oh no!
And you can see he's just run on there. It comes up so fast, that corner. We've seen a few drivers over the course of today being caught out by it, and unfortunately for Carby, that is going to be the lap time gone then in the quarterfinals. Unlike we had in the 15-minute qualifying session earlier on, you only get one opportunity to set a lap time here in the dual stages, and unfortunately for Carby, that lap time has now disappeared.
Yeah, I think maybe his eyes were wide from that moment in the high-speed corner before, and maybe that's the difference between.
Would love to see me on one of these.
And those that are, you know, sort of the brain must be just.
Dude, I think it'd be a lot of fucking fun.
Look at that! I tell you, it would have been super impressive.
Did you just forget to fucking brake?
Quicker than a pole man from Formula E.
Yeah, let's have another look at it then. So he's just going in and.
Oh yeah, yeah. He just like forgot where the track went. Looked like.
Anyway, Labour's going to come across to the final chicane, and he will set the first time in this dual session. I have to say though, given the fact that he
it's like time trials against each other. It's like one-on-one time trials.
Lost a bit of time. It's still not a bad lap time there at all.
In like a bracket format.
We'll see in quarterfinal 1. It will of course be deleted.
Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes. Hopefully I described that well.
So plenty of time left on the table.
You're so professional. Sorry, Jeff. You're so professional. Exceeding track limits. He's created a new track.
Ghost car.
Think about Gen 4, maybe.
I was just thinking he's still a minute faster than Max Klemenko.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Even though he went via the bus stop and the bus garage to get back out.
The frogs.
It's very true. Just looking there at the principal for the Senior Frogs. There's Cal Freese down in the DS Penske garage at the moment. And,
what is he doing here?
Drivers out on track before too long. We just saw quick stars with Carby Lane, of course, making up a new circuit here. And we'll see
these guys all used to play COD.
To be able to do. He's got Bazinga, of course, behind the wheel of that DS Penske machine, and he's done exceptionally well so far here today. As we see Carby making his way back into the pit lane, then.
So I think they only get one lap.
You know, anything can happen in Formula E, as we so often say. It's not out of the question that we could see.
Smevy, I believe so.
Yeah, look, it's an incredible.
I mean, dude, this Carby guy, like, he's beating himself up, but bro, you were fucking.
Yes, they've been in sims. Yes, the teams have.
14 seconds off, dude. Even if you made that corner.
Drivers are here putting their weight behind it as well. But look, it took, as a professional, it took me sort of 10, 15 laps to learn any racetrack, and that was taking all of my professionalism onto the tarmac. So this is, you know, I can't stress just how difficult this is.
Jeff, you've driven a Formula E car. Just to put some meat on the bones for us in terms of, you know, someone that's not a racing driver like yourself jumping into one of these cars. How difficult is it to get acquainted?
Well, first of all, Tom, thank you for questioning my racing ability there. Look, I think you don't get much time in these cars, and I was in it for an hour or so.
All right, here we go.
Over that time period is the car can do much more than you can do. So it's providing you pick the lines right, you can brake incredibly late and incredibly hard. You can accelerate, you know, very aggressively. But there's a big difference between sitting in a simulator, which I do a lot of with my son beating me, by the way, but sitting in a simulator where there's no walls and you can hit a refresh button and respawn, and going out on a racetrack where the walls are pretty close to. So, yeah, I tip my hat to these guys.
Yeah, certainly so. Well, Bazinga now out on track for the Senior Frogs with the DS Penske team. Makes his way onto the circuit. As we said, quickest man in the Evo sessions earlier on this afternoon as part of the team. Let's have a look at Carby Lane then. This is him making his way through turns 5 and 6 on.
That was actually a good catch, though.
Lap. Managed to gather it all up okay. Of course, no heat into the tires and the brakes.
That could have been bad, because these are all just fucking walls.
Where unfortunately it all went wrong. He should have been braking about now.
Not a good place to have a moment.
Going off the road.
Yeah, for anyone who hits a racetrack for the first time, then we've got very nice marker boards, 300, 200, 100, that give you clear indication where you are on track.
Okay, mate, let's keep the pace this lap.
So let's see what Bazinga then is going to be able to do. Spoke to him earlier on. He was really happy, actually, with how things went. I tell you what, his lap time was under threat from Juka right at the end of that qualifying session. Though Juka was on a flying lap, and it was coming into the final chicane where it all went wrong for him as he made a mistake, hit the barrier in
all right, here we go.
style, and ended up out of qualifying for good because he's not going to be competing in the duels. But here is Bazinga then on a flying lap. Maximilian Gunther there on the right-hand side of your picture. There's the team principal for Senior Frogs, Cal Freezy, making his way through.
Come on, power.
1 and 2. Jack, what's the chat saying on YouTube at the moment? Any exciting comments coming in?
Comments, a lot of support for Bez. What have we got? Someone said bro is nice with it.
Okay.
Which I think is a compliment.
I hope so.
What else have we got here?
Oh, dude, the white monster, bro. You know what's weird? The more you drink it, the better it gets, dude. I swear to God. They got something in there.
Ah, wow. Oh, Bez is flying.
He is, yeah, he's really flying. 1.5 seconds up in this first sector. Makes his way through the bus stop chicane then. Second part of it, tricky to get this one right.
Oh, good job.
Last on towards this back straight. It's all about getting the exit right through there as well. It's so easy to just glance the wall on the outside. But Bazinga doing a really good job of building up that advantage. As you would imagine, of course, he is now significantly quicker than Carby's time that we saw a couple of moments ago as he rounds turn 13.
It's got a nice line.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Clearly, you can see a speed difference between the professionals and what he's doing, but there's no faulting the line he's taking, giving the wall, understandably, a bit of a wide berth there.
So I've got a question. So I'm seeing energy. Is that the battery?
Yes, exactly.
So can they run out of battery?
Not on this hot lap, but in the racing, yes, of course, you've got an energy level, and the driver runs out of energy as well.
Right, man.
That's it.
If they don't get it then they lose the race. But these guys get it perfect.
Quilts, yeah. It is.
Perfect was Bazinga then as well. Not quite as quick as we saw from him in qualifying earlier on. A 1:33.752.
1:33.
By the quickest man from this afternoon. His lap time earlier, just to put a bit of context onto that, was a 1:27.984. But of course, that was in a 15-minute qualifying session where he had opportune time to get heat into the tyres, into the brakes, into all the systems, and of course, crucially, get himself warmed up as well. Carby Lane now out of the car, to a round of applause for the Nissan team. He'll be disappointed with that, but I think he can hold his head high.
They got him the cheap ones, though.
Around a tricky racetrack is
they got him the cheap ones.
My God, he's disappointment. He's walking away like a kid who's just gone for the first lick of the ice cream and it's fallen on the floor.
What the fuck?
Well, making his way back into the pit lane then here is Bazinga, and again, nice
Maniac number one.
Away from where he was earlier on this afternoon, but
Dude, actually, actually, when Nick had no tattoos, yes, 100%.
Yeah, there's no point in throwing any unnecessary risks into it, is there, really, to be honest? So, makes sense for Bazinga to just leave a little bit on the table. Of course, semi-finals he has now qualified for, but we need to find out who the other 3 drivers are going to be. Unlike the usual duels format we have in Formula E, by the way, normally we'd have 2 cars out on track at the same time for matters of safety. Of course, with the content creators here, we've got 1 car out at each particular point. So quarterfinal 1 is now done and dusted. We'll get quarterfinal 2.
I wish I went there.
In a few
This whole area.
time,
Well, I actually went to F1 Jeddah.
but it's just
Didn't go here.
Hammond, we understand, out on the circuit because, of course, Duca smashed it into the barrier at the end of the qualifying session, and as such, the car is too damaged to be, and he will not be out here to go.
Well, that is unfortunate for Duca. He was quick in Miami when we had the previous EVA sessions, but that gives takes the pressure off Izzy as she gets the opportunity to go through to the next round.
Okay.
I was backing her actually as someone that could really improve over the course of this competition.
Yeah, well, it gives her an opportunity for a bit more track time as well, DC. You know, she's going to be going out against Bazinga a little bit later on. She's now out on track, as you can see, in the low.
Oh, that's crazy. Wait, what? They still have to. He still has to set a time?
Also is a motorsport content creator in her own right, part of the Drive network now as well, and creating some really fun and exciting videos as part of the space on YouTube and on social media.
That's actually a sick livery. I like that.
As people who see this on the daily, how are they performing so far? How does this compare to real racing?
Well, we're a little way off in terms of the pace, but yeah, I mean, I think if you look at the experience relative to what these drivers are doing,
so imagine yourself watching some 7-year-olds play.
Favorite F1 race I've attended?
You go and watch your favorite football team.
Probably,
So they're not quite the
probably Miami, bro.
Not yet, but you know, everyone has to start somewhere.
You're right. So am I right in saying it's just
MP 402, been out of the loop
what is
a while, still race sometimes. Yeah, man. I'm just like it's in the off season. Well, technically it's about to start winding up.
It's like being in another postcode.
Yeah, sit there with a stopwatch and count 20 seconds. I bet
Yeah, that's Big Mike, 100%. I see where.
It's the difference between first class and economy in a plane.
That's quite a lot.
Okay, in like a professional scenario, like I wouldn't. I'd be like if that's me, I'd be like, nah, I'm good. Don't burn the tires. Like I already know the track, already know the car, yada yada. Right? But in this scenario, this is actually super beneficial. But imagine if she crashes here.
Of course, she's now all on her own in this session with Yuka not able to compete.
Wow, that was good.
She's actually. Wait, she's. That looked fast.
Road on the exit of turn 2, but nonetheless, as she runs down in towards turn 4, it's again looking nice and neat and tight.
Why Miami?
All the components are there, aren't they?
Yeah, I was talking to her after her qualifier.
It was just the whole event's pretty sick.
And there's a limitation
start to finish. And I think it was actually the first year that they actually had Miami.
She was struggling to get 100% throttle on the
so that one was
straight.
pretty wild.
I expect this to be an even better lap than her qualifying time because she's been practicing kind of like, I guess, like a ballet dancer, getting on your tippy toes to make sure she can get full power.
Yeah, well, I wondered if the fact that she's in Zane Maloney's car, and Zane is not exactly the most, what's the way of putting it? He's a bit vertically challenged, sure, but he's about 5'4" there and thereabouts. He's always at the
God damn.
Of racing drivers.
They fucking cooking them.
Oh, into the wall. That's a big off for Izzy Hammond, and she crashes out in spectacular style down at turn 13. Completely rips the front of the car off, and too much commitment. The rear's gone as well, and that is a big smash into the wall for Izzy Hammond in the Lola.
Well, hopefully everything will be absolutely fine. The crash.
Wait, someone just fucking slammed their hand on the desk, dude.
Hopefully the safety cars will be deployed.
Yeah,
oh my.
Down there as well. You can see for Bazinga there, he's of course a little bit shaken up by that incident, and we can see of course the debris and the damage of the car on the circuit. But we saw her understeering going into that. Marek Anichevsky, race director.
Oh, dude, I may have jinxed it. She was cooking.
Message there, but sadly not to be. We'll give you some updates as soon as we receive them. There is Brownie. He'll be out in the Andretti, and that's just a warning sign, isn't it? For
oh my God.
It's well, it's a race car on a racetrack, and we just caught the back end there. Really got offline through the apex, and then that.
How much, dude? That's probably I just don't know like the cost of Formula E. I have no idea.
She is okay, and she is reporting that she's fine after that one. But a big incident into the wall, as we said there for Izzy Hemmer. The good news is that she's okay. The car can be repaired, but of course, you know, for Izzy, that is a.
And then like all of it's like pure guessing, dude. But
She is he okay? She'll be disappointed because that was a big opportunity.
hold on, let me see though.
As the medical car gets there,
Oh my fuck.
assist her in jumping out of the vehicle.
Yeah, they're going to have to, of course, get the circuit cleaned up because it's littered with debris on the racetrack, as you can see. Part of the front wing on the left-hand side, a wheel that's come off of the rear.
Was that has that been the worst one?
Just a fair bit of debris and shock and surprise.
Oh, I'd say it's at least.
Those are the risks that we take in Formula E.
Probably at least
Here's some team radio.
150 to 300.
You know what happened? My brakes, like I was braking, but it just was not stopping. And I think I turned in as I braked.
And how? What?
Possible technical problem.
That's the exit.
For Izzy, but also maybe a bit too much speed into the corner, perhaps as well. We'll wait and dissect it a little bit later on.
You see how clear her message was, though. That's reassuring. Absolutely identifying what the issue was.
Can we get a replay?
Yeah, Mark Preston, team principal. That's the 2-week holiday in Barbados. Sadly, gone for now.
See the thing is, okay, where's my mouse? See this wall?
Runner of that outfit, and you can
You see how thin it is? Like that's pure solid fucking concrete.
So we're just seeing her coming into the
Oh my.
She's understeering, runs out of room, and it's a heavy impact into the wall. The crucial point there is that there's no Tech Pro barrier on the outside. It's just a concrete wall.
Oh,
so
fuck,
in terms
dude.
of absorbing the energy, there's not really a lot that's being done at that point, but you can hear the tires
Bro.
slurping away and paying. She's got
Oh.
and then just goes straight to the scene of the accident.
Wait, that's like hard fucking concrete too.
The amount of damage to the side of the car there, but the actual crash structure.
That was actually really bad. That was actually really bad.
Absorbed a lot of that impact as well.
That was.
And there was no question.
Oh.
She was on the radio message. There was absolute clarity in her voice.
Yeah, big impact into the wall. Rips
Bro.
the rear of the car off. And you can see Vic Star there.
Bro.
Quick Stars, his shock and expression.
She's guaranteed to be in the crash highlight reel.
Yeah, she's gonna be fucking sore tomorrow for that. That's an actual hit. So hitting those fucking concrete walls is like
safety systems off in the car.
the worst.
That would have been red following that one. And we
Like the Tech Pro, the fucking like guardrail, right? Guardrail will still like flex and bend.
They go up from 1 point to 2 points. So
But like, here I'm gonna fucking pause it.
Have one driver removed from that session, they will still get something out of it.
Yeah, to me.
Yeah, see, it still moved a little bit. Wait.
That looks like it's almost like throttle and brake has been run together. There was no obvious signs of locking.
Yeah, you can see the fire extinguisher on the other side of the.
It's really weird that it was like sort of head on, but like it completely the car like completely redirected.
More lock, and more lock. It's like she's trying to captain a ship at this point, and then bang, straight into the wall for Izzy Hammer. Not the way she'd have wanted to end the Evo sessions, nor the lowly Yamaha app team, or indeed for the Senior Frogs. So he caught it with the front right. And brought the car up into the air after that initial impact, and then of course whacked the rear of it as well. So for Senior Frogs, for Cal Freezy, the team principal, plenty of thinking to do, but they do still score 1 point, despite the fact that Izzy was not able to complete the lap. And now the track cleanup operation is underway here. Let's go down to Bella, who is in the pit lane, as we see Izzy Hammer now up and out of the car and just jumping into the medical car following that one, which is the best
Oh
news
my
possible.
God,
Let's go down
dude.
and catch up with Bella, who is with the driver for the number 22 in the lowly Yamaha app team, Zane Maloney.
Sad to see your car like that.
Yeah, I mean, of course, Izzy's okay, so that's the most important
Yeah.
thing. It was quite a big crash, so glad to see that she's okay. But yeah, of course, a bit unfortunate.
I know, I'm annoyed. I have to say Izzy was my favorite. So to see that is like shocking and annoying, but it's annoying for the team as well. But she's amazing. She's really good. So
I mean, it's
Crimsix is here.
Vicky, thank you for the 2 months, dude. Appreciate that, man.
Of course, cars can fix, and we'll
What's up, brother?
to fix the car, but she enjoyed it as well, and she did a great job in the first run. She was doing very well just now.
Diligent haste.
These
That
cars are hard to drive, so yeah, she shouldn't beat herself up.
yeah, how much involvement?
that's a
do you
good
have with,
question.
like, helping her.
I can see it.
Well,
I can
she
see
was
it.
here for the weekend, so she watched all the qualifyings and stuff, and then at the simulator
that-
she did 2 days, and then the track walk.
I feel like
So
that's
she was
actually
well
a thing.
prepared, and she showed that on the track as
Is
well.
that a fucking Rolls Royce?
At the end.
Yeah, I know. When I saw
Is
her,
that a
she was
Rolls
really
Royce?
calm and collected, so it's a shame. But
What is
it
that?
it is. Thank you.
What is that?
Thanks, Bella. Thank you to
Is that a Lincoln?
in the pit lane there. A shame for the loader Yamaha app team for Izzy
What?
Hammond and indeed
What
for
the
Single
fuck?
Frogs. But whilst we got a break in
That's a-
proceedings,
what do you mean it
as
sure
the
is?
circuit is cleaned up
Lincoln?
following that incident, get involved. Let us know, where are you watching? What driver are you rooting to win? Who do you think is going to win after what we've seen in qualifying today?
Rolls? Dude, Juan, you don't know shit about cars.
And we'll get them asked out on the
You
stream
don't.
here tonight.
If Juan says it's a Rolls, it's probably a Lincoln.
Bez and Chip are favourites, but Arthur TV may be a dark horse today.
I saw him earlier on. He looked pretty steady out there.
He had a few spins, didn't he? He had a
Bro,
few
so
spins.
dude. Bro, that would actually, if I was shameless, I would have made, we could easily make a reel out of that.
Director there just giving some instructions to the team.
Out of me saying like, you know, professional opinion, like, I don't know if I would want to go back out. Like, what if she crashed and then fucking.
He's another man who's in his car ending up in the wall here in Jeddah.
Oh God.
And this is the thing, isn't it? You know, 12 months ago we did the Evo sessions, but we did.
It looked like a
Miami
Lincoln.
circuit that had a fair bit of runoff area. There was an opportunity for
Disguised
these
as a Rolls Royce. You know what I mean?
when those errors do come through, or whatever indeed it was that happened to Izzy Hammond, you can end up in the wall in quite dramatic style. As we said, the best
Yeah,
thing
fucking
is that she's
SpongeBob
okay.
thing.
She's out of the car.
10 seconds later.
Pit lane. I'm sure there'll be a precautionary check into the with her into the medical centre. 25 Gs. We're hearing that impact.
It looked like a Rolls without the RR.
So we've got a question here. A lot of people are asking how the points work. Why? So Senor Frogs currently have 2 points. How does that work?
It's a Jayco electric car. Hold on. You must investigate.
In that one. Then it's 3
You must
points
investigate.
for the semi-finals, and then the finals you get 5 points. But also the wooden spoon race you get 5 points as well.
And what is the wooden spoon race?
That's the
Oh.
describe it is the race of the losers, really.
Right.
So you've got obviously your 10 drivers that progress forwards. The bottom 2 who didn't make it into the duels. So 8 went through from the qualifying session into the duels, and then the bottom 2 ended up in the wooden spoon race. They'll be competing against one another.
So you don't really want to
No,
be in the wooden
man.
spoon race.
Well, you say that, but you don't want to in terms of pride. But you can
Lincoln
get 5 points,
Nautilus?
the same you can get in the finals, and they've got the double
me
points
see.
that they can use as well. So each team has got basically a joker card they can use at one point here tonight.
So you can be a loser and still get as many points as if you were in the final.
Correct.
Oh, it's
But you
new,
can
but it's
also,
not any
if
of
the
these.
Team, for example, looked at the other driver on the other team or whoever else they were facing off in that wooden spoon race, they could look at it and they could say, right, we think our one's going to win, we'll go for the double points there. So they could go from 5 points up to 10
It's all
points.
mind games, isn't it, really?
It is, yeah.
It's all mind games.
There's a lot going on. It's nice and easy to follow, thankfully. So
Yeah, I saw the F1 practice starts.
So far, we've had 3 laps out on track, one of which has ended up with a fairly spectacular crash. This was Izzy Hammond, who looked really good, actually.
Bro, she was like.
In the lap, and then unfortunately here, down at turn 13, it all went wrong very quickly indeed.
She was on the gas. She was on the gas right now.
Big amount of
Like right
understeer in
here.
that corner. She said that couldn't get the car slowed down, and was wondering if it was.
She was on the gas the whole time.
So we'll wait and see what the upshot is of that.
It's
Once all been looked into.
I'm not Googling that. Someone else Google that first. Just someone be a sacrifice.
Okay, following that crash. Let's just remind you of the route to the final here for Formula E's Evo session.
For somebody Google what Columbiata said.
First of all, Bazinga progressed forwards
Not
into the
doing that.
semi-final.
That's.
Should be in semi-final one. However, of course, that
You're not
car is
getting
going
me.
nowhere anytime soon, so she will be out of qualifying for the foreseeable future, which makes things nice and easy actually for the.
Hey, what's up? Thank you, Brazy.
Going head to head amongst one another. If you're wondering why Duca has not featured in the
All right, let me see.
he crashed out in the qualifying session earlier on this afternoon on his final flying lap when he was set to depose Bazinga of his top spot that he'd occupied for the majority of the session. He also went into the wall down at the final chicane.
Oh, it is. It is.
Bazinga in the Evo Sessions lounge. Well, I suppose, as we said, it's somewhat good news for the Senior Frogs team.
It is that car.
Their drivers progressing forwards. 18,000 of you watching on the live stream as it sits for now, which is fantastic. Looking forward to seeing who everybody thinks is going to do well here for the Evo Sessions tonight.
Wait, Bazinga's got neck tattoos too.
Really go because I've seen it on the big screen, but being here yesterday, that was different gravy. Like
Bro, I'm gonna message Dan.
How fast
Let's see.
Cars are going. What is their like top speed?
Up to 200 miles an hour.
And that is
really,
pretty fast,
really
isn't it?
60, 1.82 seconds. And
crikey.
Yeah, I know that'll pin you back into your seat. That'll make you wonder what you had for breakfast.
And I noticed something because I did the simulator.
God damn.
Today. It's hard. The brakes don't brake because you're going so fast. It's like you gotta.
The pedal's hard, isn't it?
It's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard,
there's
man.
a lot of pressure, a lot of PSI you've got to put into that. We'll come back to that thought in a few moments' time. Let's go down and catch up with Bella, who is with Carby Lane. Carby was in the quarterfinals. We saw him running on down at the bus stop chicane. Sadly, his lap time was deleted, and he will go no further than the quarterfinals for the Quick Stars team, and indeed for Nissan. However, he's in the pit lane. Let's go down and see what he has to say following that qualifying run.
It is a shame. It didn't exactly go to plan, but it's still a mental experience, isn't it?
It's still a crazy experience. You know, I didn't want to let down the team. You know, it's the team of the champ. So I wanted to.
Raven,
give them,
is he Hammond?
Unfortunately, I wanted to speed up as much as I could for.
Are they really, Charlie? Are they expensive?
On a good point.
I'm assuming they're electric.
It went how it went.
Yeah. I mean, it's a mental experience either way. It's so good.
Yeah, it's an amazing experience, and best of luck to the winner.
And not everyone does this. You know, it's not an easy thing.
No, it's not an easy thing, but I could have done better. Yes, thank you.
They're cheap.
Lovely stuff. Thank you. Here with Vic, team principal. That was a moment.
That was a big moment.
I'm fucking freezing. I gotta hold on. I gotta get a hoodie on.
Super unfortunate to see.
We saw your reaction.
Yeah, it shows kind of that these are the real cars. These raced in the championship yesterday and the day before. So it's groundbreaking to show something like this, but it shows that, yeah, anything can happen on the track.
And you know, the pressure is right up there, isn't it? You know, Izzy just ultimately needed to just put in a lap to get through to the semis, but it's such an intense situation. They had qualifying quite a long time ago. It was a good, you know, chunk of time on track, and then suddenly in this environment, you're live. There's a lot of pressure on to perform.
It's the street lights and pressure. You've got a lot of people that you want to show off that car too. So it is unfortunate, and the round before that was also unfortunate for the Quick Stars. We have one driver left. in this championship, but I have big faith in Amelia.
Come on, Amelia.
She could go the whole way.
Amelia
as we can
is
see.
a legend, though.
Yeah,
Come
she's got
on.
a lot of experience. She's been in the car before, and I believe that she's coming up soon.
With that one driver.
Did you guys watch Top Gear? Of course, dude. Of course. Top Gear is like one of the shows that actually got me into cars.
Very consistent.
I think I'm seeing every episode.
So she's got experience in the car. She was very consistent. So she needs to push a little bit, but hopefully not too much. Yeah. And I believe she will be driving second as well. So she'll have an idea of what she needs to
In
do.
dual, I don't have any of that shit set up.
Clean lap with a car in one piece.
It actually was crazy, man. I would agree with that. I think a lot of people would agree with that.
Get the nerves to relax.
I'm going to run down to the garage and get ready to watch the next duel.
All right, Vic. We're going to go and have a little wander around.
Bro, don't, dude. Bro, just fucking Dan's guy, dude. Oh my God. Oh, dude, that's dark.
That was intense, wasn't it?
It was. I hope Izzy's okay.
Dude said, I hope she's okay, but like daughter, like father, dude. Oh my God,
You've got to
dude.
get back in the car for the semi-finals now.
Fine. I'm like
I'm quite confident. I think.
Listen, Richard Hammond is he's a fucking legend, bro.
To do is sort of the right thing to do.
Well, it was good to talk to you before.
He's actually in my opinion, one of the funniest people on the planet.
These guys do send them in. Over to you.
All three of them.
Hugo, I mean, crazy crash that we just saw. I mean, you had a little one earlier. Like, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I heard she was okay, but I'm glad. That's what I was telling before. Like, these cars are safe. It's insane. That was.
Yeah, I saw that clip. Crazy.
Like very shocking crash, but thankfully she's okay.
And we're down to low numbers on quick stars. So, what's your thoughts? How you feeling?
I mean, I'm gonna rep my team, of course. Quick stars.
You're gonna go crazy. Amelia, we're rooting for her. We're rooting for her big time. Let's go.
Right, Arthur, you're still in this. Oh yes. Okay, you're not. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh no! Wah wah wah. You can still be in it.
Am I crazy or does production need some work?
Because you guys got to go on a sim as well.
Exactly. So I still have the wooden spoon race, which I don't want that spoon, so I'm going for that.
I feel like production needs a little bit of work.
Not a lot. It was 2 days in a sim, so that helped in a massive, expensive sim from Andretti, the team. Shout out to Andretti. But they did an amazing job. I did my best for 2 days straight, but that was all the experience I had.
The fact that you're also wearing the colours of Andretti, like they are one of the biggest names in motorsport. It must come with a huge.
No, I didn't watch that. What was that about?
It is a massive privilege. This entire experience. I hope I'm back next year, but once in a lifetime experience.
Give a shout out, Michael Andretti. You know, he might be watching. You never know. He probably pays the bill at the end of the day.
Exactly. So shout out to them.
Lovely stuff. Right, let's have a little wander round. Can we find anyone else? I've lost Kai. There you are.
Having a look. Everyone's kind of disappeared.
Well, they're probably scarpered because they knew you were coming.
Probably.
I can spy. Who's over in this?
What is happening?
We got Vic again.
The food's been good here, though, hasn't it?
It's been pretty. Yeah, it's been banging. I've been stuffing my face.
I wish I'd had time to do that. Karun, we're going to throw to you. Look at that.
Hi, Nikki.
The beauty of TV.
Do you want to stick around and see? Because I've grabbed
we
the
want to
world
watch
champion.
this. Come on then.
I've grabbed the world champion.
Come on, Jake Dennis.
Jake, that was pretty scary to watch, wasn't it? It was a big hit.
Yeah, I was stood with you when we.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what he says.
Let's slow it down.
Something like that.
Yeah, because we heard her say on the radio, but
I'm gonna say she was on the accelerator.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately we don't really know what's happened as of yet, so we can't really jump to conclusions. But you can clearly see her trying to really like slow the car down. You know, she's grabbing the wheel, trying to turn more and more left. So she's doing everything she possibly can. And this impact here, I'm not even talking from experience. I've never had one like this, but it can actually be very, very, very painful. And really thankful that Izzy walked out of that one.
Yeah, I mean,
That was actually it was actually a fucking if.
People understand the line is down here normally, isn't it? You want to be down in that part of the track. So, you know, the fact that
Like if she hit a concrete wall, that was like a fucking massive hit.
But to me, when you watch,
How did she understeer? I'm convinced she was double footing, like foot on the brake and the accelerator. Like the wheels are still spinning fast.
On the cars to tell us what type of impact that was, and that has triggered the sensor for sure. A double impact like that.
That's a concrete wall.
Painful.
That was a concrete wall for sure.
Feel that in the morning, but yeah, great that she walked out of that one. But that's a lot of damage. It's a lot of work for the Lola.
Yeah, I think she was probably braking, but she was probably foot flat on the floor.
Not nice to see for the rear to come up like that. You're looking at easy, 45, 40G there of impact.
Yeah, I mean that's a big number. But very happy that she's got away with it because we heard her on the radio saying she was okay. We saw her get in the medical car. She'll go off to get checked, as you guys would, because as you said there, when you have a crash that's more than a certain G load, the FIA will ask the drivers to go check. Same for Formula E here.
Minty is probably
okay. But thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
It's probably higher than that because just because of what she hit, it was like pure concrete.
Back to what is going to be happening out on track in a few moments' time as well. Good news, as we said, is that Izzy Hammond is okay following that crash, but we're going to have Amelia
He's out, yeah. I literally think she was doing like this on both pedals.
American automotive content creator, presenter, and producer.
Like on accident, for sure.
In Pikes Peak, raced in Pikes Peak for Porsche, finished second in her
Like you'd be
class
surprised.
last
I've
year.
seen it happen. I like when people have like this oh shit moment in their head, they like tense up and they don't even realize like they're pressing both pedals. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like dude, I've been in a situation like that where like Daytona last year, when I pushed it, like I left foot brake, right? So completely, like I would never probably do what she did, where you go both feet down, right? But I basically went right foot up in the braking zone, but my toe from my fucking braking foot caught the accelerator, and literally like the car just went fucking straight, would not slow down.
Inside the cockpit there, that's the driver's eye view that Amelia will have for her flying.
And then we put a fucking and then we put like a sidewall on the brake, so which it would be like this. Yeah, so imagine like this foot, or this is the brake, right? We basically did this. So like imagine this is the brake, like footwell, so I couldn't like I couldn't go like this. Like I could only go like if this is my foot and this is the brake, like it would just go here, and I couldn't like do this. It was physically impossible.
Izzy Hammond, of course, which brought a bit of a delay to proceedings.
I probably didn't explain that very well, but
armful of understeer. Oh wow! And straight into the wall.
Yeah, big hit. You can see.
Well, yeah. I really
who had a good performance yesterday. And,
I really think it's what happened was it was like visually like, oh fuck, and then just full tense up.
I've got a bit of experience of crashing cars over the years. The movement is absorbing that energy.
That was definitely the worst, dude. This has to be the worst crash.
Like it was just another Sunday drive.
From this.
So am I right in saying that these are like the proper cars?
I'm fine. Do you know what happened? My brakes, like I was braking, but it just was not stopping. And I think I turned in as I braked.
Very calm and analytical following an impact such as that.
So these cars, these are the proper cars, aren't they? These are the ones the guys were racing yesterday, right?
Absolutely.
And what happens now? Because that car looks a bit, you know,
that's
worse for wear.
That's going to be a complete rebuild, we reckon. That's the front powertrain's done, rear's done, tub probably has taken some substantial damage to it. So
when's the next race? Sebring.
Dispensation here in the Evo section. It doesn't come out of the allocation for that team.
Literally like a month.
Thankfully. But
1 month.
It's going to be a proper full-on rebuild. Jeff Dodds joins us back again in the commentary box, CEO of Formula E. Jeff, you've just been down talking to Izzy. How is she? Is she okay?
She's absolutely fine. I think a mixture of high adrenaline, so she's speaking perfectly well. I think
that car's
and clearly a bit of shock. And actually, if I'm honest,
that car's toast.
A bit of embarrassment because she keeps going on about I can't believe I've wrecked their car. But no, she's fine.
Pluto,
got her under
yes.
observation right now, and she needs to go off to hospital. They'll take her off for a bit of more
facial. Yeah,
she'll come back here.
I played a little bit.
She was
of Trackmania.
Speaking fine, but obviously that's a
dude. It's actually addicting.
That would have taken out of her.
Yeah, it's never easy when you have an accident of that magnitude, DC. As you said, you've had a few in your time, and I can't imagine there's ever comes a point where it gets any easier to deal with.
No, absolutely. But actually, although she's not an experienced track driver, she's grown up around the world of automotive. Her father's got a bit of experience when it comes to some high-speed incidents and accidents. So, for me, what was absolutely clear, how calm her
Brazy, no, the real, well, who, how do you know? Who pays?
You know, there's a procedure whenever there's a high.
That's the fucking question. Who pays?
Team will go through, but she sounded pretty clear that she understood what had happened.
Yeah,
either way, it's a fuckload of work.
While I was there, so she was talking to her dad, and he was understanding.
Did they say that Formula E would cover it?
And she was talking him through it in great detail. So. Hopefully all good, and let's say we can rebuild cars. That's not a problem. I'm sure Lola Yamaha will have some work cut out over the coming days, but that is the lowest of the priorities.
Goonies,
Thank you very much, Steve, for that, Jeff. Really appreciate that update.
It's actually tough. It's actually fucking terrifying. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've done 2 races. One where
minutes' time. In the meantime,
Like the steering arm is bent, but like to drive straight, you're going like this, right? Like this would be straight. Sometimes you might have to do this, right? Which that just flat out sucks. Then I've done a race where like a control arm like completely failed, and that shit is terrifying. I was like, this is fucking dangerous as shit. But I absolutely needed to just finish the race and get points. So that situation was felt very dangerous. I'm not gonna lie.
So watch your. Oh,
It doesn't come out. Okay.
Those racing lines are good. So I just noticed, is that real life, the stats? Yes. Because that says
that's true.
Top speed 207 kilometers an hour. Now I don't know what that is in miles, but that sounds pretty fast.
I'm going to go with extremely fast. Like, is that 140?
What time do I need to be?
It's what?
What time are you now? 1:58. 1:58.
It's what?
It's a secret driver.
The
Number
fuck?
one. The quickest is a 1 minute 19.46. But to be honest, if you get who on this list do you want to beat?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Get me there to do this shit.
He's got a 1 minute 23.5. Chip's got a 1 minute 20.
Axiom, we're watching Formula E. So Formula E just had 2 races in Jeddah.
Don't you take quite a lot of time on
I think it was 2. Either way, they had it like a Jeddah Grand Prix. Now they have a series and a set of content creators that are basically doing their own Grand Prix in a more like safe fashion. Yeah, they got the TikTok guy.
Oh, lovely line. Oh, it's gone red.
Taking Jack's advice of feathering it.
Feather.
Yep, feather. Just teasing it. With the throttle. And then
beautiful line.
Yeah, and they're actually racing the actual fucking race cars that,
Can we turn those off?
like the team cars.
You've cheated the game.
I didn't listen. Someone else set it up. So
Let's give him 1 lap with the lines, all right?
thank you, Nikki. I'm glad you're here.
Wait, they only do it once a year? This is the only time? I didn't know that.
You've hit a wall, but we're still going. That's what matters. That is what matters. And again, braking.
Beauty.
Lovely. Jack, have you had a go on this yet?
Yeah.
That
Really
doesn't
good.
sound convincing.
I mean, it's not like it's quick. We're going to come back and we'll let you know what the lap time is. We're only 53 seconds in. I mean, you are on sector 2 though. All right. Okay. All right. Should we make it to sector 3?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a shitload.
I don't even know what that means, but we'll do it.
I mean, Goonies, even,
We are going to try.
dude, even
the
I've,
last 20 seconds
like,
of this
yeah,
lap.
to be a fast race car driver, like, you actually have to understand a lot of the data aspects of what you're looking at.
That was beautiful on the apex. I was literally going to say that before you said that as well. Beautiful apex.
And now he's just following the lines.
Following the
around
lines,
and around
gonna say
in a
that as well,
circle
yeah.
in one direction.
And like even these content creators, like they simmed, so they definitely looked at data. They have fucking reference laps from the pros that are in the same car. Mr. Beast Crash,
He's on the leaderboard.
fastest I've ever won in a car. It was actually on the street. Actually, no, that's not true. Oh shit, I just self-reported. Fuck.
I'll say a couple of moments, minute and a half or so until we see those 2 drivers out on track. Now, Amelia was actually very competent earlier on. It's her 2nd time appearing in the Formula E.
I think I saw this. This was not even that bad.
And she was driving for Maserati 12 months ago in Miami.
Yeah, that was not even that.
She's, of course, with the Porsche team. Burnt Chip is going to be out with the...
Yeah, Mr. Beast hit the wall at like 5 miles an hour. Izzy Hammond just hit the wall at like 100 miles an hour.
I was going to say moonlight, but that's probably not the...
Dude, and just fucking... I actually just snitched on myself on broken.
From this Jeddah Corniche circuit, about to go out on the track. Be interesting to see how this one works out as Amelia lines up at the exit of pit lane. 300 kilowatts, of course, and all-wheel drive as she blasts away onto the circuit for her one and only flying lap in the session. So how it works in Formula E in the duels format, you get 1 out lap, you get 1 flying lap, and that is your lot. You can see we had the qualifying session earlier on, and Chip was 7 seconds or so faster than Amelia
So
Hartford.
in Mexico, true. Dude, that is that still a thing, dude? That was like, I was just like, man, this is like so fucking stupid.
In the qualifying session, they had 15 minutes to do it. Here, very different set of circumstances.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that actually, given
This is Jeddah.
So I'm going to go with she just did enough to make it through, and she's going to be the biggest improvement.
Senor Frog's 24-hour karting races. Okay.
Let's see what
Is that is it just a shit show? Dude, the fucking time deltas. Best 119, last 135. Oh fuck.
As you said, known for making automotive car content, doing track and drag strip testing, and vehicle engineering and modification projects.
Crim, I'm lying when I say you're a good streamer. Oh, dude, thanks. Hey, thanks, man. I'm trying, just trying my best out here. Dude, Fat Nap would be hilarious in this. He would need a booster seat, though.
That's in terms of the second time, obviously, because it was about 7 seconds over the course of the lap.
Our Goonies, I have no idea. Truthfully, man, I have no idea. But like it's incredibly important for teams, drivers, it's a crucial part of the system.
We've seen so many drivers being caught out.
OBJ, there's a massive difference.
Very easy to run on.
What we looked this up last time. Formula E is as fast as Formula 4. Lap time wise, I think.
Steady is the name of the game here for these drivers. It always goes back to that old adage of smooth is fast and fast is smooth.
Yeah, I think that's just calming words. There's no question.
Which Formula 4 is not that fast. Like GT4 is generally faster than Formula 4. I don't know about around these circuits though.
In straight line heading into turn 13.
So brake warm-up button, that's a mode in the car to obviously maximize as much temperature in the brakes as you possibly can. Down into turn 13 is the longest straight on this racetrack.
Yeah, looking like a good out lap, good build lap. And we'll get
all right, let's see inputs. Let's see inputs.
Into the first sequence of corners,
inputs.
where our head's at.
Yep,
GP2. GP2.
Up in towards turn 1, find the braking point, find the apex, and nice and smooth through turn 1 and 2.
Well, apex is both of those corners, so
oh, that reminds me.
Down towards turn 4.
I gotta get a helmet cam installed.
She gets it all rotated quite nicely, using all of the available road at her disposal. Turns 5 and 6 has caught a few of them out. She takes a bit of a lift going into there. Of course, the tyre's not really up to the optimum working range at this point, so it's a case of driving towards your ability.
Oh, why are we lifting there? Why are we lifting?
Coming down towards the bus stop, we've seen a few drivers getting it wrong, but not
there
for
you go.
Amelia. Nice and smooth through there. She makes it through.
Power.
Yeah, and leaving plenty of margin on the exit of those corners to that unforgiving concrete wall.
Yeah, down towards turn 13. This is where we saw Izzy Hammond ending up in the barrier a few minutes ago. You can see we've split the screen here, so we've got a couple of onboard angles to bring you. Down in towards the corner, a bit of rear locking into there as she uses the brakes, gets the car rotated quite nicely, and blasted out of turn 13 in towards the penultimate chicane on this lap.
I think this is looking a very solid lap. I'm not sure how much quicker it is than her
less brake.
To me, it looks like several seconds.
Well, 25.1, just to put that into context, that's the first sector time that she set. The drivers in Formula E this weekend were setting 21.3, so it's not actually a million miles away in that sector. And a nod of the head there for the Quick Stars team principal, Vic Star, as he see Amelia Hartford coming to the timing line. It's a 1:32, 1:48. That's quicker than we saw Bazinga do in the quarterfinals. That's a nice, steady, good benchmark
on this track.
Hartford to set. The question is, though, is Chip going to be able to beat it?
Dude, I don't know about that.
Goes out in the Jaguar. Brownie there on the left-hand side of your picture. Dan Ticktum in the middle. And there is Amelia Hartford making her way back around on this slow-down lap then. That was a nice, steady lap time. Good for her to get some track experience in this machine, and she pulled a good time out of the bag as a result of it.
Yep, solid.
Perfect, 3 seconds off. Cool down and pit.
Confirm, cool down and pits.
And again, DC, nice and concise feedback in the cool-down lap as well.
Yeah, she's got her mind in all things automotive, and that was a good response to that front right locking. She launched it into along on 13.
Yeah, well, I thought it was the rear that locked her first because you saw it sort of snatching away, but it was the front right, exactly as you say. So maybe next time move the brake bias a little bit towards the back. And in terms of driving a Formula E car, it's not the sort of car you can go out and smash the brake pedal, because in a traditional Formula car, you're putting a lot of pressure on it. Here in Formula E, you've got a lot of energy recovery. You're regenning a lot through the front and the rear differentials. You can see the brake disc there glowing red as a result of it. But that
I think they do the AI race.
which is why you get lockups like that.
They do the AI racing. I actually helped gather data for one of the cars.
You know, simulation technology is incredibly good nowadays, but there's nothing quite like.
He's doing laps all day at Coda with their sensors.
No, absolutely not. As exactly as you say, as we see Nico Muller, the traditional driver of that number 51 Porsche, in the box. And we look over to the Jaguars then as Chip exits on to the racetrack then. See what he is going to be able to do in response to that. In terms of the time that we saw earlier on for Chip in that Jaguar, he did not look too bad at all. He was third quickest overall in the qualifying session with a 1:28.425. That was about half a second or so away from Bazinga's quickest time, his teammate. What's the chat saying, Jack? Anything exciting?
What have we got here? The chat is moving very fast.
So let's nicely build up.
So people are asking, how much do these cars set you back?
If you're going to go and buy one from...
Can you just buy one, or is it quite an exclusive thing?
Yeah,
Let's see.
Let's see.
Down the main dealer anytime soon to put an order in for one.
Are we talking M's?
When are you making an appearance on the Optic watch party? I'm in Houston now.
Definitely
So.
M's. Multiple M's remain to be seen. I suppose it depends.
Multiple M's? Oh my God! Wait, no, that's to buy it. How much does it actually cost, though?
Which we need to ask an adult to give us exactly that,
Yeah.
that information. But
team radio.
Remember what we talked about exiting the chicane.
Dude, favorite track? Dude, I've been saying VIR. It might be.
Applause there for Amelia.
It might be Mosport.
we asked for an adult, and we've got one. Jeff's back.
Jeff, if you were going to go and buy a Formula E car, what would you be looking at spending?
Well, obviously you can't buy one, and the research and development cost that goes into it would be millions and millions and millions, but you'd be looking in excess of $1 million. But you're right, the teams have a cap every year for two cars of around 15 million euros, something like that.
Damn.
But the for the teams, this
Rogue Shadow Racing, dude. Racing.
Through the race this weekend, Evo Sessions gets picked up outside of the cap.
Here we go, boys and girls.
Ever the showman is Chip then. Let's have a look at the first sector time. It was a 25-1 for Amelia Hartford a couple of moments ago in that Porsche. Down into turns 5 and 6. Good level of commitment there for the Jaguar driver.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet the actual, like, obviously,
Amelia Hartford's time through that first sector,
like, development,
carrying a good amount of speed and commitment as we
like research and development. Because ultimately, that's why manufacturers actually do Formula E, is to understand, like, the electrical components to put into their fucking, like, road cars. Like, that's the whole. That's the whole appeal of Formula E to manufacturers.
Second sector time, so the deficit now sits at about.
So it's like they'll invest 10 million in one season, and God knows how much that's gonna make. Like a hybrid, you know, something hybrid on like a Nissan or like a Porsche, right? Like a road car. But I'm curious to see, like, if you take out all the research, the R&D, all that shit, just how much is it to build one car?
Time that takes him to the top of the pile.
It costs to the team. Oh my God. This dude barely won. This dude barely won.
By just over 3.5 tenths of a second, and Hartford will go no further than quarterfinal 3 as the Jaguar, the Senor Frogs team, and Burnt Chip go through into semi-final 2.
Yeah, Brazy, that's what I was. My honest guess was like that these cars would be
very, very tight margins indeed.
like 5-6.
Starts of the lap there, it's about 8 tenths of a second down on Hartford's first sector time, but really pulled it back in sector 2 and sector 3.
Yeah. No, that's, well, you can hear from his. You hear from his team manager there just how excited he is by that. It feels now we're getting back into a bit of a
Rogue Shadow. Maybe one day we do like one of the races at Jeddah.
By watching these creators,
just the very fact that they are, especially the last two runners, you know, Chip and Amelia,
they did quite well, did they?
They're doing the lines. They're doing everything you would expect.
Cool down lap, wow. Mega end of the lap. You were almost 1 second off at the start of the lap, and you crawled it back during the lap. Nice job. Very well done, girls.
Round of applause that we're hearing there. Round of applause that we're hearing there, not too dissimilar from what we get normally in the duels when the regular drivers are out on the racetrack.
Yeah, right. The team was actually hyped. That's crazy.
Harford, who sadly was eliminated from quarterfinal 3 and will take no further part in the qualifying sessions here tonight for the Evo sessions. She is in the pit lane talking to Bella.
Yeah, I'd be willing to bet like the battery is a major portion of the cost.
I honestly thought I had him. I took 3 seconds off my lap time.
Patrick Kip, you still race? Yes, sir.
What he did earlier. And in the last
Announcements soon.
really tight chicanes are, he made up a second of time, and I just don't have the muscle strength in that area. But
so annoying. So you think it was that, like because it was his last section, you said, that was like so strong.
At least in that section, he was a second behind, went through that section, and that's where he gained the time. So it was so close.
It's okay. You won last year, so you've got that. It's like, let's give him a turn. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I'll win every year I can get, but you're right. You know, we should be kind and give others a chance.
Exactly. He'll take it. You know, you've already got enough going on. You're so skilled, so it's fine.
Thank you. Oh, that was
well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done to Amelia Harford. And, well done to Duper as well. He gets a nice memento to take home after crashing out in the qualifying session this afternoon. Gets to sign
I've done that.
Anyway, quarterfinal 4, 2 Senior Frogs drivers going up against each other. Arthur TV and Will NE. You can see a bit of a difference in terms of their lap times, about 7 seconds or so separating them in the qualifying session this afternoon.
Yeah, it's just so hard to tell. Vegaser. It's just so hard to tell. It's like, who really knows how much carbon fiber actually costs to make and manufacture? And then the weird part is like all the cars look the fucking same. So are they buying the carbon fiber from Formula E or like one? Like all the cars are the same. Is there any fucking difference? Yeah, Senior Frogs are driving.
And just making sure everything is up to the right operating window.
Nordic, I mean, I play them a bunch.
The team principal of Envision.
Bro, see, I got more than this guy. I got more followers than this guy, bro. Get me out there.
I have to say, he said this is nothing compared to a championship in terms of the nerves that he was feeling. This was far more nerve-wracking for him. He found it stressful, I think is the politest way of putting it. But that car
I'm kidding. It would not be fair.
Car is the beautiful projectile to take you to success in competitions, and when it gets sent out in the hands of another, then you even have
MSR. Travis Pastrana, 24 hours at MSR Houston. What the fuck? I didn't know that, dude. That track needs some work. It needs some work, bro.
You want them to give you back something which enables you to exploit performance and not give you back a bag of bits.
Yeah, I've done karting before a little bit. I haven't really done it since I've lost a lot of weight.
There's a lot of love for him on the chat at the moment.
A lot of love.
Like serious karting.
Seeing a lot of love for Will and E.
Like indoor karting's fucking, dude. It's not real karting.
No, not a clue.
Do you know what peng means? No.
But I want to try it again. I'd try like actual like gas motor powered karting outdoors. Like that's some karting I want to try again.
Very handsome.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
is that in the Oxford English Dictionary?
It might be.
I genuinely think it might be.
I need to go back to school.
I won't ask the year that you graduated, DC.
Oh, well, I got chucked out in '89.
Oh, I wasn't even a twinkle at that point, just to really put some meat on the bones there. Arthur TV, meanwhile, making his way through this second sector in towards turn 13. It's been a steady lap time for him here so far, but again, smoothness is the name of the game. and he's doing a good job. 50-50 split, we reckon, between Arthur and Will NE supporters. So let's see what it's like in terms of the final lap time. Arthur was a 1:35.516 in the afternoon's qualifying session. He's going to be a bit slower than that here in the dual stages. But again, it's a case of just keeping it on the island, keeping it nice and smooth and calm. Let's see whether
Yeah, Payne,
it will
that
reward him with a position in
I'm not
the
gonna lie,
semi-finals.
that concept wouldn't work because a lot of these content creators have been like practicing for this moment for like at least a month. Like you didn't see in the pre-show, like they were literally on the factory sims practicing, and like they're doing a lot. What the fuck happened?
What is the slowest so far?
That.
Or is
well, he stopped, didn't he?
Yeah, he's having a bit of a problem
Bit of a
here.
mare here.
Yeah, coming at the start of that slowdown lap. We'll wait and see what happens. But either way, for Cal Freezy, the team principal of Senior
Vegas,
Frogs,
sir.
both drivers are going to make. Oh, sorry, both.
Yeah, I'm curious. I don't know.
Make it into the semis.
I don't know if like the carbon fiber bits and all that shit is like made in house or if like they have to buy it from Formula E. That's probably what they do. And then Formula E can actually like
So you learn something new every day. Apparently,
tally up the cost and everything. I wonder. I'd actually be curious to see what's different.
That's it.
But not your pens.
That's it. This is quite the education.
It is indeed.
The Quay. Well, this is a content creator racing, so
Well, we as in small, but not we as in.
usually Formula E is pretty high level though.
How many chances do they get to go around?
Difficulty wise.
Yeah, if you progress forwards in each stage of it, but yeah, you get one out lap.
Yeah, but it's close to. The drivers are like
Lap, as it were.
Right.
It's all coming towards
probably
grand final.
around F2 level.
A lot of talk about an apex. What does
I feel like that's F2 level, but like
Which you're aiming for at the.
it's so tough to, because there's some fucking bozos in F2 that just have and like bottomless bank accounts, right? A lot of these Formula E drivers are like people who didn't have the funding to do F1.
So you want to apex the wall, is what?
Yeah, ideally that's the shortest way around the racetrack. Sometimes the curb would be too aggressive.
But then the cars are like F4 level speed.
You know, if you were running down the school corridor,
yeah,
to try and
And F4 level speed's pretty. It's not fast.
A chip shop in the school corridor. Your metaphors don't make sense to me. I'm not gonna lie.
No, the problem is they're about 30 years out of date.
I've never seen a chip shop in a school corridor. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, then the rest of my story's pointless. So,
Yeah, like Nick DeVries, he's in this, and he has also. Is he still the like a hypercar driver for Toyota?
Look at this here for Will NE. So he's going from the outside of the corner to the inside. That point there where he clips the
Feels like people in yeah.
So basically what you're trying to do is
Oh, he's not in this anymore.
as short as possible. That's the aim of it.
I thought he's doing both.
So Will NE out on track here in the Mahindra for the Senior Frogs team. He was quicker than Arthur TV in the qualifying session this afternoon by about 7 seconds or so. You can see 7.7 million followers for him. 29 years of age, qualified fourth. Really good lap time he set in that session. You know him as part of the Quadrant team, co-owner of that since January 2024, and also runs an iced coffee brand, which we can probably do with here in the commentary box because it is absolutely baking. It's warmer inside than it is outside, believe it or not.
Also, if you're watching and you have any questions, I have got the
Yeah, that's what I thought. No way, he's scrubbing the tires, bro. Oh, speaking of Nick.
That must be an inside joke.
What does that mean?
I think he's just got a weird accent.
Right.
No daft, I'm assuming
I think
don't make a fool of yourself.
It's a Newcastle thing, is it? A Geordie sort of slang. Anyway.
Translational services as well as qualifying commentary.
Hey, we're happy to be inclusive in the
Oh,
commentary box.
God.
There is Arthur TV on the right-hand side, just getting his way out of the car.
Nothing stupid.
Wow, that's quite a setup for a launch out onto the start-finish straight.
Certainly is. Let's see what Will NE can do. Team
Oh.
radio. No,
Nope.
not team radio. Across the line we go, though, for the Mahindra driver for Senior Frogs.
And dual, I don't know.
Finish straight in towards turn one on the brakes. Does he make the apex? A little bit deep, but okay.
Mate, can you confirm, is it left or right here?
That doesn't sound like a good question to ask. Have they been round this track already?
Yes, in qualifying earlier on today.
Right.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. He's just cocking about, isn't he?
Someone said, for you, DC, who do you think's going to win?
I think Bez.
You think Bez?
Yeah.
And why is that?
I think he's just a bit quicker.
Yeah, fair point.
Yeah.
See, well, and
Oh my God, dude.
Easier. He was 3.7 seconds faster than Alpha TV in that first sector alone. So that is a healthy margin that the Newcastle-based driver has got. Out of the chicane we go, and down the back straight in towards the hairpin of turn 13 in that Mahindra. This car's been quick so far this weekend at the hands of Eduardo Mortara, especially with 2 pole positions back-to-back for the Swiss driver.
What is that company?
Piloting it as he comes out of that hairpin.
How do you say it? How do you pronounce it? Mahindra?
On the exit of the corner.
What do they do?
Again, pulling out more of a buffer over Alpha TV, now up to nearly
Or is that just a
10
racing team?
seconds. He's picked up in sector number 2. This is looking very good indeed for him to move forward into semi-final 2 and go up against Chip.
I don't want to sound...
You own it? Oh, nice, dude.
So the lap is divided into 3 individual parts.
Tech Mahindra? Mahindra on the E-team? Yeah, what do they do? It's a car company?
1.70. That's a good lap time there for the Senor Frogs driver, and he
They've been in F1? Really?
final 2 against Burnt Chip later on.
Yep.
Indian car company. Ah,
There's no such thing as a silly question.
interesting.
Okay. Just a useless answer.
Well, to be fair, I do look silly because a lot of people are saying they do have chip shops in their corridors. Now, I don't know whether they're making fun of me, but apparently that's a thing.
It depends how big your
Oh my God, Quick Stars.
I don't have a mansion. I wish I did.
Well,
They're all out,
kitchen
right?
sometimes it's too far away, so you need to put some sort of
chip shop.
What, are you saying in DC Towers you've got corridors
Interesting.
lined with battered sausages or something?
I guess all those things need batteries too, right?
So
Nordic?
1 point from each of the quarterfinals, and well, Senor Frogs have absolutely dominated that one. They've got 4 points, a clean sweep so far here in the Evo sessions. Nothing so far.
Kind of missed that Apex.
Change a bit later on, but well, the upshot is, of course, we do have the wooden spoon race coming up later on, which gives an equal number of points as it would do in the final. So it's 1
Yeah,
point
but when it's some parts, some portions of the tractors or like heavy equipment, some of it's got to be electric.
Well done, mate. Well done. Okay, box.
Yeah, nothing daft to keep it simple then for Will Lenny. And a good lap time there for him. Relative to what we saw from Chip, there was about 4 seconds or so, 3.5 seconds, let's call it, the gap between him, those 2 drivers in the quarterfinals.
Let me see this. I gotta piss.
Now, interestingly, for semi-final 1, it should have been Bazinga up against Izzy Hammond.
What the fuck?
Because Yuka was not able to set a lap time in that session as he wrote the
Dude, that's like a fucking bootleg Jeep.
Will not have Izzy Hammond to go head-to-head with in that session.
Is that allowed?
She ended up in the wall. Now we're waiting to get confirmation as to whether we will see Bazinga going out to the semi-finals, whether he'll just forfeit it and go to the finals, because he's automatically now
Bathurst next weekend? Nah, dude.
At that stage. So
I gotta actually start practicing.
He'll get those 3 points, which is really, really important.
A Jeep is a bootleg G-Wagon? No, it's not.
Senor Frogs team. But I
Bro, what?
wonder whether they might do their double points play. We've got a few minutes to go until we get these semi-finals underway. We'll wait and see how it's all going to work out and try and...
What came first, the G-Wagon or the Jeep? That's the real test.
Will and he's saying the lollipop gets further away. Yeah, I can imagine it does. It's quite warm out there. He just wants to jump out the car and get...
What was what were the Jeeps called
He'll automatically be in the finals. Will we see him out in the semis?
in World War II? They weren't actually called Jeeps. What were they called?
Well, things are shaping up to be pretty awesome when it comes to the semi-final.
Willys.
Particularly
Yeah.
for
Willys.
Bazinga, because he effectively has no...
Wait, that's crazy
competitor.
then.
Can we just grab a quick word? Because obviously...
That means a Mahindra, a G-Wagon, and a Jeep.
So the question is, are you going to race? Do you
They all
have
want to
put
be
an effort in, and
Willys.
how are you going to go if you do?
I'm going to make sure the car still works.
Optic Maniac on the mic. I gotta go to the bathroom now.
More familiar with it. So yeah.
That is over there.
I get to put another lap in.
Yes.
All just feed back to the brain in it. So.
That's the thing, because you know you've been out in the car, quite intense moment, and then you just chilling here. So it's quite good to get a bit of extra practice in before the final.
Lovely setup. Get to come and watch the other people go out on their laps. It's amazing.
Are you sitting here though thinking about the final?
I am a little bit, yeah. I am a bit. I think come in pole earlier, and then it'd be nice to just wrap it all up and win it.
Well, there's been a few people watching that have got their money on you.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Lovely stuff. All right, we'll catch up with you afterwards. Guys, by the way, do tell us where you are watching from. We want to hear from you. We know we've had shout-outs from Ireland, from Brazil, from England, from Spain. Massive hello, but we want to hear more. Where are you from? Let us know. Let's go back to Tom.
Thank you, Nikki. Yep, good to hear from so many people in the chat. Good bin, bad bin seems to be a phrase that is popular. I hate to sound like a boomer here, but what on earth is that all about?
I'm going to be so honest, I don't know what these people are yapping on about. I don't know what that means.
Right.
That is one thing. I thought I was down with the thing.
You need
down with the, you know, the kids.
You need the lingo.
I thought I knew the lingo, but I don't know what that means.
Any ideas, DC?
Absolutely not, Scooby.
I'm glad we cleared that up then.
Yeah.
Insight and analysis.
You know, I'm 1971. So, yeah, I can tell you about the transition from black and white television to color.
Oh, you lived through that, did you?
I did, yeah.
Oh, goodness me.
Takes all sorts, doesn't it? Let's have a look at Arthur TV's lap as we look at some highlights then from the qualifying session here so far. Through that long left-hander of turn 13. This is the final chicane that he was making his way through. There's a steady lap time there for ATV. And we'll see whether he's able to extract a bit more performance and potential out of that car. So we'll see him out next time.
We've got a lot of people saying where they're watching from, and it is quite a range. We've got Netherlands, India, Scotland, Malaysia, Denmark, South Africa, America, Ireland, Canada.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, international, isn't it?
It is.
I didn't realise.
Certainly is. Well, looking here at Will Ennie on his flying lap, which saw him progress into the semi-finals. He'll be going up against his teammate Chip in a few minutes' time in semi-final 2. So the upshot is we are going to get an all Senior Frogs final by the looks of things. Anyway, let's go down to Nikki then, who is in the Evo Lounge, and see who she's managed to find and what we can find out ahead of the semi-finals getting underway here tonight.
Well, I've managed to find my mate Kai, who has got some pretty, well, it's quite unique insight because you've actually raced against Will before.
I have.
I want to
raced
know,
against Will.
what is Will like when it comes to head-to-head battles?
He's a dark horse. You can't really expect too much. He doesn't really talk too much. And then he just turns up on track and he absolutely smokes you. And I never, ever expected it. I was actually a little bit disheartened and heartbroken when that happened because I thought it was boys. And then after that, he just flew away with it.
What was the situation that you were competing in?
It was around oval track with some cars that were missing doors and windows. So take that with however you will. And then I was P2, he was P1, and he flew off. And that was all she wrote.
Can he beat Chip? Chip is currently the fastest
All right,
overall
back.
driver.
I think
and
he can beat Chip.
he was quick in the practice quali session. He's quick now.
I think he can beat Chip. There's no doubt about it. Chip has been
Wait, so who's
very
next?
strong, but Will and he's got something there. He's holding back. I know he is, for sure.
Well, let's find out, shall we? Tom, over to you.
Yeah, cheers, Nikki. So semi-final 2 about to get underway in a couple of minutes' time. So Bazinga opting to not run in the first of the semi-finals. I guess that makes sense, really. I mean, it's an unnecessary risk to go and run that car out for another lap. If it ends up in the barrier, there's no chance of winning it. So let's have a look and see how we've gotten here then. So this is the route to the final. Quarterfinals, we saw Bazinga getting the better of
Bazinga's smart. Bazinga's smart, bro. He said, fuck that.
Chip got the better of Quick Stars of Media Hartford, and Willany got the better of his teammate Arthur TV. The upshot is, for the semi-finals, it should have been Bazinga, but he now automatically moves into the final. So it's the two Senior Frogs teammates of Willany and Chip in the semi-finals, and we know that they're going to play their double points.
Yeah, that's a real question.
The semi-finals. So
crazy, man.
now,
Yep.
you might think it's a foregone conclusion that.
Well, that's what's crazy. She didn't even need a lap. She didn't even need a lap.
So, because Chip still has to win the semi-finals. And just to make things a little bit more confusing, I know you might be thinking that Quick Stars are out of contention. They're not, because they've got the wooden spoon race coming up, and they've got two drivers going up in this. So they can play their double points. They can score a maximum of 10 in that one.
No, it's not confusing at all.
No,
Thank you for clearing that up.
I'm glad I clarified.
I've just seen a comment from the main man, Cal Freezy himself.
Team radio, 1 second.
Yeah, I want you to repeat the lap you just did, saying margins, same level of pushing. So you were comfortable right there.
They've got a strategy.
They have.
So Calfreezy has left a comment. Who should I put my double points on, Chip or Will? So let us know.
Yeah, we reckon it's going to go the way of Chip. We reckon that's the double points from what we've heard. We'll wait and see how that works out. Google Gemini says Will and E's best lap time today, only 2/10 off of Chips, with improvements to be made in that first
Riculo, what?
Bit of intel.
What do you mean by that?
Will be looking to improve on what he's previously done.
F1 dead? No, I don't.
Assuming they
No.
both had a little bit of a margin, then they'll know where they can play with that.
Absolutely.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens next season. Well, this upcoming season.
And the toes.
Oh, this is a good question. Are all the Formula E cars the same, or are they unique like F1 cars?
So all the chassis are the same. Gen 3 Evo cars, every car is identical in terms of the sort of physical look of them. You'll notice they all have exactly the same wings. You can't change anything in terms of they're all what they call homologate. They're all set in stone, basically. However,
Okay.
powertrain. So Mahindra has a powertrain.
Okay, so the only thing they can change is the powertrain.
Jaguar powertrain. Porsche has a Porsche powertrain, but also those factory teams can then supply a customer team. So Jaguar supplies Envision, for example. So they've got a Jaguar powertrain in the back of that one. So yes, they're the same in terms of the physical appearance, but underneath
12 hours about. Yeah, we watched it a little bit. We had an iPad up
Formula Championships like Formula 1
on the track day yesterday.
The way you modify those cars is what they would call hardware. So your rear wings, your front wings, all of the aerodynamic modifications you can make on. In Formula E, it's software. So they're going about, they're coding things to try and get these cars.
Bro, no. They already get millions, bro.
That's the parameters of what we can change.
Probably hundreds of millions. What is? You guys see this cat behind me?
As well from Will and E.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Consistency to that. I think
Bean,
it was very similar
what are you doing?
to what he did earlier. Probably wants to try and see if he can eke out a little bit more performance.
That's stalking me.
Tidy though.
A lot of people are asking, does this mean that Senor Frogs have a guaranteed win today?
Whoa!
Nothing's guaranteed in life. Or
in You're full of great quotes.
He's a visionary, is DC.
Power, power, power.
Will Ennie out of the final corner. Oh, he's having a problem though with drive.
He's-
Is he going to make it to the line? What's happened here for Will Ennie? Is it a technical problem that's thwarting his challenge? And could this be the moment that
What the
Will
fuck
Ennie
just
has a
happened?
chance of going into the finals? He comes to the line and he's lost about 7 or 8 seconds on the start-finish straight, and he's just crawling to the checkered flag.
What just happened?
Well, it looked like a power cut of some description. So it looks like he just power cut.
What the fuck just
Put
happened?
his foot down and just got no drive. So the power was cut from
Team Radio.
Let's have a listen.
Keep pushing, flag finish line ahead.
Oh, what a shame there for Will Ennie. 144.376.
Keep-
Effort doesn't
Play the radio.
get rewarded, unfortunately.
Play the
for
fucking radio.
time up until that point.
Yeah, well, I think
We don't know what happened. Play the fucking radio, man.
Yeah, we'll wait and see how it works out. But
What?
for the Mahindra team, and
So that's it. He doesn't get another retry, even though.
Nope, that's it.
One and done.
Oh,
that's how it works.
Brutal, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Power cut.
You should see what it's like on a real race weekend.
Oh man.
Let's have a listen then. We'll get
Yeah.
a replay of what happened. So we'll be quiet here for a second and see if we can hear what went on. So we're coming through to the final corner, and it's out of the final turn where we think he may have had a problem getting the power down through the right, then the left.
Huh?
Yeah, and just no drive at all there seemingly. Just cut out on him. Team Radio.
Big final ahead, boys. Enjoy it. Go get him. Go get him.
Keep pushing, flag finish line ahead.
It's up, but don't worry.
Will Ennie then, unfortunately, his lap time thwarted at the end of that session. Delighted to be able to welcome Tarun Chandok to the commentary box. Tarun, how are you?
Hi, Tom. I'm good. He wasn't thwarted. He did that on purpose. What are you talking about?
You think so?
100%.
You think that was team tactics?
Yeah, did you hear him? He said, "Go on, boys, enjoy the final." He absolutely did that on purpose.
The
So,
fuck, bro.
So he doesn't go, ahead of Chip into the final.
So this is gamesmanship then. So basically what Chip what's happened here is the Senior Frog teammates are in semi-final 2.
Yeah.
And Chip, they basically said, right, we're going to play our double points card. We're going to put it on Chip. So he slowed down deliberately so that they can get those double points and guarantee it.
Exactly.
Smart.
So, I mean, smart. But it means he's not, you know, he's sacrificed personal glory, and he hasn't told any of these guys, because look at the Edo Montaro and Nick DeVries faces. They have no idea
They had no idea what's going on. We didn't have any idea in the commentary box.
Oh, man. Unbelievable.
What the fuck?
He gave away the points then. He gave it away so that they guaranteed that Chip would go
Nick
through.
Chip on fire.
Well, I can't imagine the other Mahindra drivers have ever
Negative.
played games like
Negative. I'm celebrating Valentine's Day. Today, since I wasn't here yesterday, dude. Dude, his fucking face. What the fuck?
Mortaro's just like, wait a minute, what's going on there? Why have you slowed down? They don't know what had happened.
Top tactics there. But now Chip just needs to do a nice safe lap, doesn't he? He needs to just do a...
In duel? No. What do you mean it might be coming home finally?
Will is only done at 144, so doesn't need to try too hard, and he should be able to get through. What are you reading your text? What's going on?
You saying Ferrari might win? Something? No, not a chance, bro. Not a chance, dude.
Idea of what's going on. And some people disagree. Some people think that wasn't. Oh.
Right, think of the lap ahead, visualize things while driving at 80% to get temps.
I would have said, look at the track instead of visualizing, really.
But this could go the other way. What if Chip does terribly now?
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? It's not guaranteed.
This is a risky game.
It is. Let's see what happens then for Chip as he comes across the timing line down towards the first corner. Just to give you an idea of a reference point, 1:31.764 in that quarter-final that we saw a few moments' time. You can hear the tyres chirruping there, so he's certainly exploring the limits of grip.
Yeah, and actually, we want him to.
No, that's not
practice,
Blake.
Because you know this is what he needs to put in his mind in order to prepare for the final, right? So he needs to do a good lap here, get a good reference in his mind. It's not actually just about beating Will. It's actually getting in his own head, you know, a sense of what he needs.
Dude, that's so lame that fucking guy just let up.
Look, there's only one tenth in it between them.
Dude, that's so fucking lame.
So Chip makes his way through.
What a loser, dude.
And you see, being a little bit cautious through the second part.
Why would you purposely let up like that? God, it's so dumb.
28.7 in Sector 2, 27.4. So Chip has picked up quite a sizable advantage. 1.2 seconds.
Next race, like a month.
Mahindra driver, Will Ennie, a couple of
You'll see an announcement soon.
We saw Will Ennie slowing down through the penultimate chicane.
We've got a question here. Is the car in full power, or is it slower than
Oh,
the
that's
real Formula
that's a good question.
So they're running in 300 kilowatts of power, but they're also running in all-wheel drive. Not actually a mode that we usually see in Formula E.
The answer is it is the same mode as they have in the races.
Right.
Out of the final corner we go for Chip across the line then, aims for the checkered flag. What's the score on the door going to be?
29.
29.662. That is a phenomenal lap time from Chip in the Jaguar. Senior Frogs guaranteeing themselves that spot in the final.
Sebring.
And let's see who will be claiming top honours between Bazinga and Chip in the winner's circle. That's the quickest lap time we've seen so far here tonight, Karun. That was very impressive.
Yeah, that was really impressive there. 1:29 is a strong lap. So Bazinga is in the same team as Chip, isn't it? So either way, Senior Frogs are going to win the final.
There's gonna be one in California.
Now, is it?
Well, you say that. However, they've got. Bear in mind, we've got the wooden spoon race coming up, which has got the same number of points as the final, and they can play their double points in it. So you've got the two quick stars going up against one another in a couple of minutes in this wooden spoon race.
Yeah.
You can score 5 points, but if they play their double,
Yeah, I'm
they
broken
play
on
the
that.
right driver, that's 10 points.
Yeah.
Bring them right back into play.
But my question was,
I'm not answering
either way,
that.
The final, it will be one of the Senior Frogs that win, right?
Yes,
So they're both in.
absolutely.
What is this wooden spoon race?
They will definitely. One of the drivers will win. Will the team win overall? Because there are two different prizes on offer. That's the point.
So who is in the wooden spoon race? Do we know that yet?
Yes, Tom.
Yes, we do. We do indeed. It is the two quick star drivers, and I will tell you them now. It is Brownie and Max Klemenko who are going head-to-head. Just to give you an idea of the difference in lap time, Brownie in qualifying was a 1:48.728. Max Klemenko, 2 minutes, 5 seconds.
Oh my God, that's bad.
Max has found his ladder. He's just going to elevate himself.
That's really bad.
Final.
Well, he's got a very tall ladder to climb, hasn't he? Speaking of that, let's have a look and remind us how he got here in the Evo sessions then, and to the final. Bazinga versus Chip then. It's an all Senor Frogs final that will be coming along the way a little bit later on. DS Penske's versus the Jaguar TCS racing car. In terms of the lap times that we saw from both of those drivers, Bazinga in the quarterfinals was a 1:33.752. Chip, as we just saw, a 1:29.662. So if that's anything to go by, then you would imagine that the momentum would be with Chip. However, this is Formula E, this is the Evo sessions, unpredictability.
All right, so what the fuck is this wooden spoon? What the hell is that?
I had to do a lap that he wouldn't beat anyway, just to be safe.
Well done. Yeah, up to the last chicane, you were 7/10 ahead. Very good. Solid lap. That was looking very strong. So yeah, well done. That's,
thank you guys.
Again, 80% pace for the in-lap. We want to keep some temperature. We'll need it for the final.
What the fuck?
Let's go down as we get ready to get the wooden spoon race and then the finals underway here in Jeddah, and catch up with Nikki.
Lovely stuff. Thank you, Tom. We're also joined by Dan Tickton. Dan, what is your thoughts? Will?
Oh.
Is there some dodgy behaviour going on
That's
there?
on purpose. It's all tactics, part of the plan. I think they put the double points on Chip, so it makes sense.
It does.
It does make sense.
Okay, all right, fair enough. So now we are going to see Chip in the final against Bazinga. How do you think that's going to play
That's very
out?
selfless behaviour from Will, actually, by the way.
Would you have done that?
No.
The hell is that? Oh my god.
I didn't think so.
Oh my god. Don't do this shit, bro.
Quite close, you know.
Coach Kicks, bro. Don't do this shit. Please, brother.
I actually didn't do that on purpose. That just happened.
Oh, wait, I think I can just. Oh, there we go. Never mind. You can keep doing the 5 bits.
And overall, you know, how would you rate the drivers today? You've been keeping a close eye on them.
There's been some pretty impressive displays and some not so impressive displays, resulting in me having my not car that I had this for earlier on in the weekend.
Fine,
so
we've got 5 weeks till Madrid. It'll be absolutely
indeed.
fine.
And then, but at least I'm very glad to see that Izzy's okay. I hear she's fine. She's obviously going off the checks. That was a nasty accident. I'd like to see the data, what happened, but just very glad she's okay.
Yeah, lovely stuff.
Dude, Coach Kicks, I was like, what the hell is that noise?
It's best loser, isn't it?
Better than spinning out.
But yeah, I guess so.
You're a racing
You could
driver.
argue.
You're a racing driver. You don't want to be losing. right?
Madrid track? No. What about it?
But who have you been most impressed with?
I mean, I'm going to still back my man Hookah, to be honest. Like, other than the last corner of the last lap, he's a good driver. Like, you look at the data, the techniques, the braking shapes, you know, steering traces, everything in the data. It all looks good, you know. And he just carried a bit too much speed, braked a bit late, locked the rears. As a racing driver in that scenario, you'd have bought. But like, it's a very.
What does that mean? Lock the rear.
Yeah, so he's gone in a bit late, braked a bit hard, and then you can see on the dash, but the rear tires have like locked slightly. So then you lose grip, and then you end up the rear of the
No,
car
Litos, it's a content creator
in that
thing.
Moment, like, as a driver, subconsciously, you'd have bought it. But like, you know, that sort of happens naturally. Whereas for people who haven't raced these kind of cars, it doesn't happen so naturally. So
Isn't that drifted?
Yeah, but yeah, kind of.
Are you allowed to drift in Formula?
Yeah, I drift them quite a lot. Yeah, so I think there's a
Who the fuck are they getting? Bro, they gotta get. They're doing this content creator series. All this.
Exactly.
Ultimately.
Who the fuck is that? Get this guy the fuck out of here. Oh my god. They spend all this money and do all this shit, and then.
Usually not far.
Bro, production. I'm sorry.
Just quickly talk through,
That conversation actually.
with,
I might need I might need 2 fucking ibuprofens after that conversation.
Words of encouragement, any advice to give them?
They've all been asking for a bit of advice. I have to
What
say that-
advice do you give them? I mean, there's so much to take on board.
mean,
It's
that's
not like
the
you can
thing,
just
sort of
turn
need to
into a
give
racing
them
driver.
3 bullet points kind of thing, really. But I have to say, they've all been like very respectful of the cars, the championship, the environment, and everything. And it's nice.
Yeah,
to
I
see.
don't
It's
know,
nice to
Ryan.
see
I
it's been
don't know
also
what's
for me,
happening.
You know, I'm a nobody compared to them, so yeah, it's been cool.
But you've got a YouTube channel coming.
I do have a YouTube channel, but you know,
You've gone viral a lot of times.
Yeah, for the wrong reasons.
Nevertheless.
Indeed.
Any viral moment is a good viral moment.
Yes.
Right, which does let's remind us, if you haven't subscribed to the Formula E YouTube channel already, then what are you doing? What are you waiting for? Do it right now, and then go on to Dan's and do that too. Right, it's now time for
Yeah, Ryan, I don't.
Wooden Spoon head-to-head. Right,
I don't know.
and find out what is cooking.
Yeah, cheers, Nikki. Looking forward to this one then. So, Senior Frogs versus Quick Stars is what we've had tonight. As you can see so far, it's been a clean sweep for the Senior Frogs. However, Quick Stars can get some good points on the board here. So they've still got to play their double points card, which they haven't done so far. And it's 5 points for the winner in this wooden spoon race. They play the right driver, they back the right horse. That 5 points goes up to 10 points. They'll be level pegging with the Senior Frogs ahead of that final. So it's Brownie versus Max Klemenko. You can see quite a gulf in terms of their lap times.
Yeah, Jetta, dude, it was actually beautiful there.
Max Klemenko,
I'm broken.
205.191. So there is the Andretti driver of Brownie.
It's actually beautiful.
Yeah, let's see how he gets on. I'm just reading some of the comments. Tampel from York says he's a big Max Klemenko fan. Hopes that he can do it in the wooden spoon race.
Well, he's a very popular man.
Creed, what the
I have to say,
Jesus,
I love the
what the
concept that he has
fuck?
with the career ladder as well. 1 second.
He's gonna go first than you, and then of course I'm gonna you about his lap time. Okay. Okay, perfect. Let's try to avoid that wooden spoon with a still intact car. Yeah, fine. That's the way to go, mate. And above everything, let's have some fun again. And let's have some fun again.
Yeah, good conversation there between Brownie and his race engineer on the radio. Brownie, of course, known for making fitness and entertainment content. The Dutchman, and we'll see how he gets on. As we say, quite a quick lap time he set in the qualifying sessions relative to his nearest opponents. But there is Max Klemenko behind the pink helmets in that Citroen, the Ukrainian driver. As I was saying, I do really like the career ladder concept of content. It's such a simple thing. I have to wonder, though, does he bring a ladder with him everywhere he goes?
Oh, I know the answer.
Do you?
Yes, because one of our cameramen, Miles Massey, asked me this question yesterday.
Yeah.
And I went and asked Max. I said, we have a really important question. And he said, no. He said he sources the ladder wherever he is. So this is a Saudi ladder he's got here this weekend.
Sustainable ladder sourcing.
Yep.
What does one do with the ladder when he's done?
Well,
Try rally? Yeah.
Right, okay.
Rents the ladders.
Maybe.
So down to the local B&Q.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, where do you think the wooden spoon's going to go? Look at it TikToking there.
I mean,
I don't really know the first thing about rally.
Brownie, that's good to see. Izzy Hammond now back in the paddock. She's left the medical centre and she's down talking to the team in the paddock area here in Jeddah. That's really good to see. After that was 25 Gs that impact, we understand.
Wow, that is
Petrify,
really
motion sick. Nah, dude. Dude, when you're out there, you're so fucking locked in.
That was a big whack. I was standing actually with the man in the back of the shot here, Jake Dennis, former world champion, and we both were sort of thinking about it, saying that's one of the bigger shunts we've seen in Formula E for a little while. So I'm very, very glad to see her get out.
So do we know yet who's been given the double points?
Not yet.
We don't know that
Not
yet.
at this point. I'm hoping we're going to find out before this one. They've got to back the horse at some point, haven't they? Let's have a look here. So this is Da Costa showing the lap for Chip and just sort of giving him some coaching prior to him going out in the semi-finals a few minutes ago. So just talking him through that onboard and saying, right, you can get a bit of time here, break a bit earlier, turn in a bit earlier here.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great. This is he's taking him for the final, isn't he?
This is
Coach Kicks.
So
it's coming up.
His
Semi-final. About a month.
Honestly, at 129, it's very, very.
There hasn't been any announcements or anything, so be on the lookout for that.
Drivers. I know we were quite a fair way off at that particular point, but still, considering that these are drivers that some of them have never stepped foot in a single-seater car prior to this weekend. Very impressive.
What lap time do you think you'll do?
Well, on the simulator yesterday, I got 4 minutes 30, but I ended up in a car for one lap. Yeah,
okay.
I ended up in a car park.
You did?
Okay.
Right.
So I took a wrong turn and I ended up in a car park.
Did you do donuts in said car park? Or
well, I didn't realise there was a reverse function. So I tried getting out of the car park without a reverse, which didn't work.
What the?
And I will say,
what the fuck are they talking about?
You don't want to keep your foot on the pedal.
Well, we've seen that today.
God damn.
We do. There is. Well, see, Senior Frogs.
How's he got 3 points?
Got up to 13 points there, hasn't it? From 10 a few moments ago. We'll figure that one out. So, that's because the double up was used on the Will and Chip semi-final. So that's why the points tally has changed then, and it's gone up from 10 to 13. So as we say, quick starts, they can get some points on the board. The overall win in terms of the teams is out of the question, and indeed for the drivers for that matter.
Yeah.
We knew that quite a while ago, but nonetheless, it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out.
So this Citroen car here that obviously gets raced by Nick Cassidy.
I mean, dude.
Who won the race in Mexico.
I mean, it sounds like they just got to stall. They've just been stalling.
And we should see how Max Klemenko gets on.
Yep, will he be able to climb the ladder, or will we see Brownie striking Max Klemenko out from this qualifying session? Wait and see how it works out. Of course, the driver's going out on a one-by-one basis. Traditionally in Formula E, as I mentioned earlier on, they would normally go out both together at the same time on the circuit, but in interest.
See, dude, I can actually get this helmet cam installed
Who's your money on, Tom?
and actually record racing next year. Well, in a month. I'm not gonna have it in time.
Brownie just has that bit more pace and confidence in his back pocket.
How much training have these guys done before?
Yeah, Lemur.
Quite a bit. They've been on the sim, you know, for at least a day. So each team has got a simulator at their respective.
Problem is, I have to get a Bell helmet.
For Andretti, they've got a base in the UK, so they'd have had.
So we actually got the approval
Max Klemenko at their base in France.
to record inside the car in the races.
Than they are in real life, because you don't have the same level of feel.
Hey, there's your excuse. That's why you did 4 minutes 30.
That's it. It was the simulator.
That's it. If you were in the real world, you'd be flying.
And not in the local Sainsbury's car park.
So like, I don't know if you guys remember like the 2024 season I had in Porsche Sprint Challenge. But we had a bunch of like onboards and like videos and stuff from like actually driving. We're gonna be able to have that next year. Well, in next month.
Qualifying that he felt he was going so fast out there on the racetrack. And came back in and realized
Vlog series? I don't know about that. Maybe. Dude, I'm just fucking poor, dude. I like, and you need a videographer for that and travel and all that shit.
Quite a long time he's going to be sat there at the end of pit lane, and it is not cold here in Saudi. 25 degrees air temperature there and thereabouts, but about 70% humidity as well. So it's actually quite unpleasant to be sat there in the cockpit of these race cars. You've got all of your Nomex underwear on, you've got your race suit on as well.
Helmet cam installation? Apparently it's not that expensive.
In an oven cooking.
What I'm worried about is apparently the helmet cam goes to a stream, but we can't stream anything. We can record things. So
I can see.
I'm like confused about how I don't know exactly how the helmet cam thing works, because it's like if you
I don't think Max is particularly tall.
like you could just send it to like a private channel and then have the footage for later. I'm assuming.
You can see the remnants of the Izzy Hammond crash through there. There is the Wooden Spoon Award, which will be given to either the Ukrainian Max Klemenko or the Dutchman of Brownie through that penultimate chicane.
Do you use wooden spoons when you're cooking?
I try not to.
You know, Tom's an excellent baker.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he shows up at a lot of races with all sorts of cookies and all sorts. Izzy Hammond's just walked in to the Evo Lounge here and got a huge round of applause.
Yeah, that's really nice to see.
That's lovely to see.
We'll try and catch up
Oh
with
my God.
watch Max Klemenko.
Oh my God, dude.
Final attempt at
Definitely not setting up the quali lap.
Yeah, there is Bella James just grabbing her a glass of water as we see Max Klemenko out of the final corner and across the timing line down towards turn one then for the Citroen racing driver as part of Team Quick Stars.
Drowsy, I have no idea.
This is the apex in turn one. Gathers it all up for turn two, however.
Minty, you would be surprised. Like they don't use.
This is real. This is real.
Like I have no idea what the software is for like racing and whatnot. When it comes to all that, like V-Box is one of them. Like it's all super bespoke.
There's some margin left on the table, as it were. He's leaving a bit of time there. Coming through sector one into the left and then the right-hander here for Max Klemenko. It's a good opportunity to get a proper detailed view of this circuit here in Jeddah and just how blind it is through this part of the lap.
Well, this is where it gets tricky because the track turns left and the chicane comes up very, very quickly. It's almost blind on the way in, and he's got into that chicane.
This is basically an award for like worst of the worst.
I was going to say about the chicane.
Is what's going on right now.
No, I meant like from the people, not you.
The real comment.
And they're on the same team, so it's.
Yeah. So what have we got here?
Senor Frogs won. There's still the final coming up.
Is this an out lap?
No, this is a flying lap.
This is flying lap.
One and only flying lap. Yeah, one and only flying lap. Max is, as we say, taking a steady pace.
Is this
His
the
time
out lap?
earlier on was over the 2-minute barrier, 2:05.191.
Oh my god.
If he can better that time, I think he'll be happy enough with that.
If he can get under 2 minutes,
The Wilney guy literally like
Exactly.
decided to lose on purpose. So Chip won.
These cars so slowly, but when you just don't have the experience of piloting a single seater, and some of these drivers like Max have never set foot in a race car. I spoke to one of the drivers. He said my only experience of driving a car prior to this is my Citroen C1 at home, which has got about 80 horsepower and is completely different to this, other than the fact it's called a Citroen. So through the final corner we see here for Max Klemenko, I don't think it's going to be a time that will upset what he set earlier on. He comes to take the checker flag, or is it, as a matter of fact? He does improve a 2:01.384. That is about 4.7 seconds quicker than he set in qualifying this afternoon, and that was after a 15-minute session. So for Max, I think he can be pretty happy with the rate of progression there. Give it till about October, and he might be on the pace of the rest of the drivers. But nonetheless, for the Ukrainian man, that's not a bad time for him. Next up is going to be Brownie in the Andretti.
I mean,
so Max now on his in lap, and there is Izzy Hammond here in the Evo Lounge. Good to see her up and okay following that one as well. It's rather hot and humid here, as you can see in Jeddah, but yeah, of course, quick trip to the medical centre there. Thankfully, nothing further than that. And here is
that's not
the Andretti garage.
It's not that quick. I'm not gonna lie.
Of the number 28 car in Formula E.
Someone said he's got a bad mile per gallon.
Well done. You improved your lap time. It's good lap, mate. Good lap.
What's the time?
It's 2 minutes, 1 second, and 4 tenths.
I didn't guess the jump.
Crimsix is here. I'm gonna get this little fucking rat.
Hey, let's go, Chris Pape. 87 months at tier 3. That's fucking insane. Thank you so much, dude. 110 months. Appreciate the support, brother. Chris Pape, as always. Welcome back to the Porterhouse.
Thank you, Tom. Well, I am very
Yeah, Kabi, yeah, he did go off track and he was faster. That's fucking, that's insane.
Like a sort of heart in mouth moment, but you're smiling, you're okay, you're in one piece. You've been checked over.
Yeah, the car's not in one piece.
If the,
Yeah.
We don't worry about
I'd
the
probably
car,
get
we
like
worry about
one.
is you.
Yeah. No, I'm good. That was my first thought.
I don't know, dude. I'm getting 121 at the most.
He's gonna cry or something. Can someone just tell him that I'm okay?
Was there a because obviously it must
I think the actual laps are like 119s. 119s. I'd give myself under 2 seconds.
She got a really crash. Yeah, I saw the wall coming and I knew I was going to enter it at speed. But luckily, like the one thing I was
Crawberry,
really worried about
yes.
going around this track was
Yes, that is the plan.
crashing with my arms like that because it's so tight
Oh
now
yeah.
because I'm so small. A lot of the time my
Yeah.
wrist is completely like that, so my big worry was going in like that, snapping a wrist. So my hands were like that, and it was fine. Hit the arm.
I love it. Fighting talk. You're a proper racing driver now. Absolutely fine. You'll be bouncing back in the car in no time. Unless your dad says you're not allowed to. No, we will enjoy the final together, I think, but it's great to see you're okay. And, you know, also congrats. It was an epic lap. You've also done, you know, a great job throughout the day as well. Obviously, just an annoying way to end the day.
Yeah, it happens, but it's okay.
Minty,
Rich did it,
dude.
so now I've done it. Now we're even. It's fine.
Oh, the fucking dude, the jokes. Oh, the jokes are relentless.
Thank you to Izzy, thank you to Nicky down there in the Evo Lounge. Then we're looking here at Brownie making his way around, just building himself up for his flying lap in this session then.
I won't be at that one. I won't be at that one, Crawberry.
Qualified 9th earlier on for the Quick Stars team. We still haven't had any confirmation our end about which driver they've decided to back for their double points play in this wooden spoon race, but you would imagine it would be Brownie.
Richard Hammond.
Golfing pace that we've seen between those two drivers so far.
Zacchiopath probably.
We'll see how Brownie is going to get on. Just to give you
Probably never, dude.
Qualifying this afternoon, a 1:48.728 for the Dutchman. As we see inside the Andretti garage.
All right, here we go.
Winding himself up
All right, I keep forgetting that.
the car that Jake Dennis, the season 9 world champion.
Hey, the chicane.
Through the final chicane we go.
All right.
For the timing line then here for Brownie, and see what the lap time is going to be.
Full throttle, bro.
Time we go.
Fuck.
Accelerating all the way up to 130 or so miles an hour before we hit the brakes in towards turn 1. Fairly early lift off, and you can see him there modulating that brake pedal.
It's looking good. A4. Okay.
Wait, are they in automatic?
So Brownie full of confidence. What's the chat saying about this one here, Jack? Anything exciting?
So we got a lot of love.
Power, man, power.
What we saying
And
here?
late on power everywhere.
What have we got? What time is the final? Someone's asked.
Not long.
I mean, they have the wheels have paddles
Someone's
though.
also asked, do the winners win anything?
Well, they win the good feeling inside
Do they actually not have gears? No fucking way.
There's a trophy.
There is a trophy.
No fucking way.
And they also, of course,
Right.
they're
Look how happy Max is.
Yeah.
He's so excited to have done that. He did a great job.
He did a good job.
progress, and he found 4 seconds. That's really good progress.
4 seconds on 1 lap as well after he was out for 15 minutes earlier.
You can press them for fun.
His way through the bus stop chicane then. You can see he's picked up 5.5 seconds just in the first sector alone compared to Max Klemenko. Down in towards the turn 13 hairpin we go. Brownie up further still. So again, you would imagine if they've gone for the double points play with Brownie in that Andretti, that is a very.
I wonder what they okay if they don't have gearing. It's it sounds like they don't have gearing. But why the fuck does the wheel has traditional paddles though?
And coming up now to the final chicanes, just got to keep a nice clean run through here.
Single gearbox,
The first
single gear.
The winner of the wooden spoon for this evening.
Certainly will be, yeah. So Brownie is going to win the wooden spoon award here in
Yeah, I'll be at Laguna.
Points play earlier on for Amelia Hartford, who lost the quarter.
That's fucking crazy. They don't even shift then.
Brownie comes over the line. He wins the wooden spoon award and goes across the line with a 1:50.93 award. Oh, I beg your pardon. We've just had confirmation the wooden spoon goes to the loser of that one rather than the winner.
Sorry,
of that. So
I don't understand.
So it's the slowest driver who wins the wooden spoon award.
So why?
In that
What's
one.
the point in? So sorry. So the person who's the slowest wins more points.
No, they win the award for the wooden spoon, but the person who's quickest wins the points.
Okay, I've
if you
got
see what I mean. Yeah. So either way, Quick Stars now have 5 points. They didn't use their double points play because they actually used that earlier on. So Max Klemenko will not only go home as having driven a Formula E car, he'll also go home having taken a wooden spoon in his suitcase.
Spoon eaten Borscht with it tonight. Let's go, baby.
I don't know, Ryan. I'm just like show me traditional. Show me like looking who's faster wins. I'm actually, you know what?
Colleague Matt Wilkinson has just come and
Where's the comments?
He's waving his arms around a lot. I don't think I fully understood. He means
the loser wins the wooden spoon. So Max Klemenko gets the wooden spoon. Brownie gets the points. Brownie gets the points.
Well
That's how
done,
it
Matt.
works out.
Good arm waving. Thank you for your help.
And is there a real? He gets a real wooden spoon. Is that
Yeah,
right?
we saw it.
He got a wooden spoon.
Yeah, you could cook pasta with that, stop the pot boiling over and everything.
Well, that's a win for him. He's going home with a new wooden spoon.
Oh yeah, happy days. You haven't got get yourself down to TK Maxx or Dunelm or
Do you
anything.
cook? I like it. I'm partial to a bit of cooking.
What's your dish?
You ever tried fajitas?
Yeah.
I cook a mean fajita.
I like a fajita. I wonder if Max Klemenko likes a fajita. Well, he's now got a spoon and a utensil to be able to do it. He's down talking to Bella in the pit lane.
You are the winner of the wooden spoon, which...
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Coming back home, eating borscht with it tonight. I told my guys.
Yeah, you can use it.
It's a functional trophy, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, they're all getting trophies. What are they going to do with them?
I'm a rational guy.
Yeah, exactly. You can use that.
Yeah.
You seem just ecstatic to even be here and also sad that it's over.
I'm so sad that it's over. Well, it's over for me. We still got the final.
Yeah.
But I'm so thankful to my Citroën racing team, the drivers, the engineers,
Axel.
everybody. It's awesome.
Oh.
Yeah, no, well done. You've been so good, honestly. It's just like sick for you to even be here in the first place.
Yeah.
From a ladder to a car.
From a ladder to a car to back to the ladder.
Yeah, exactly. Just maybe stick
It seems
to the
like
ladder.
I'm going to go back to the ladder very soon, yeah.
Do you think Toto Wolff is watching? He's proud.
Say again?
Do you think Toto Wolff is watching and he's proud?
He's gonna say who's that?
I'm sure he's proud.
He has no idea.
He's proud either way.
Definitely.
Yeah.
He has no idea who that is.
Craving another career ladder. He keeps posting him on
maybe not.
different ladders at Mercedes, and I'm like, it's okay. You can text me. That's no problem.
Yeah, he'll remember that forever.
Maybe not.
Well done. I'm just happy.
Awesome.
High
Thank you
five.
very much.
Well done. You did
Let's go.
Damn, that was actually that was a good high five.
Well, not only does he get the good feeling inside his heart that he's been able to drive a Formula E car, he also takes home the wooden spoon for being the slowest driver here tonight. This man here, though, Stan Brownie, will take 5 points.
Great job, mate. Great job. Let's cool down. Great job. We won it, mates. Well done.
Okay. Amazing. Well,
Really well
I'm sorry,
done,
Max. Sorry, Max. But I will stick to working out. You can stick to the ladder. But I don't have the spoon.
Let's just make sure we cool down the tires, mate. Let's take it easy now. Back to the garage. Fox. Oh, yeah. Really well done. We made this all.
Every European knows Toto? No way. Really?
Well, no wooden spoon, but brownie points indeed for the Andretti driver. And the Quick Stars getting their first 5 on the board. The upshot is that, well, Senor Frogs, they cannot be deposed now, but we've got to find out in the final who is going to be crowned as the champion between Bazinga and Chip. It all comes down to this. Senor Frogs, of course, will now win the team's title as a result of this one. We'll see how it's going to work out in a few minutes' time.
So it looks like Toby Jizzle is in the chat. Shout out Toby Jizzle. Do you guys know Toby Jizzle?
No, who is he?
Oh, you'd love him. He's brilliant.
Is he a close relation of Lethal Bizzle?
I think he might be. I think he's his brother, actually, yeah.
I don't know who that person is either. Tell me.
Is he on commercials and shit?
He's Lethal Bizzle's brother, basically. That's what he's known for.
So let's say I don't know either of them.
Toto?
Give me
Alright.
What do you want to know?
Elevator summary of who he is and why is he amazing?
Everything about him, man. He's just everything. His looks, his
Oh,
personality,
there's
he's
just
amazing.
fuckload
You'll
of
love him.
okay.
I hope you get to meet
Interesting.
him one day.
I hope too.
So shout out Toby Jizzle.
Right. Yes, indeed. Anyway, right, over to the finals then. Bazinga versus Chip. So, it's a
All right, here we go.
walkover here in the
I'm actually
Euro
curious.
sessions, and now it's the
See who wins
finals
this.
between 2 of the quickest drivers that we have seen so far this weekend.
Is Bazinga a fan of Big Bang Theory? Is that where the names come from?
He's just known as Bez.
That's a really good question.
Oh.
If anyone knows the answer to that,
Chip will win?
I'll ask him afterwards.
Chip will win.
Yeah. Straight from the source, then. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, well, he's one of the founding members of the Cyben, who need no introduction really on a stream such
Let's
as
see.
this. Makes a lot of content around the gaming sphere, football-related videos, fitness and lifestyle content, etc. So he's a busy old man, and he's found time here to jump in the DS Penske.
So here we go. This is the final, Tom. This is the one that really matters. And Bazinga's obviously had one run less practice, right? Because he effectively got a bye in the semi-final, so he didn't do the semi-final. So it's been a little while since he actually was in the car for his quarterfinal lap.
All right, here we go.
1:33.7 there. Let's see what he can do on this one.
Absolutely. Across the timeline we go then for Bazinga in the DS Penske for Senor Frogs. Down towards turn 1 from 130 miles an hour. Breaks it into the first corner. Slightly deep on the apex there, but gathers it up okay.
That was good.
In turn 2. Lives to fight another day. What about the run through into turn 4? We've seen drivers making or breaking it through there. Lifts off a little bit. Gets the car into the apex quite late.
Ooh.
Nice line.
Power,
through there.
power, power. Yes.
Gets full power on the run down.
That was good.
To turn 5. Gets into the apex. That was
Power,
good.
power,
That was
power.
good line. Ooh, even a little bit of
family.
oversteer. But a 24.3 first sector. That's pretty good, isn't it, for what we've seen this evening?
One of the quickest we've seen so far.
Oh, he's sending it.
For Bazinga, so he's certainly leaving nothing on the table. Down into the first part of the
Oh.
last chicane. Flicks it left, flicks
Power.
it right. Wall there on the outside. This is where we've seen drivers having to be
Power.
quite committed, but also careful through there. It's all about the exit and the run down in towards turn 13 for Bazinga here in the DS Penske.
Yeah, getting the braking right.
Notorious? I don't think so, bro.
We've seen people locking up earlier. He has no issues here. Let's get the nose in. Now
There we go,
start to
power.
feed the power up and drive to the chicane. Four-wheel drive.
Could have been
with
earlier.
these Gen 3.5 Evo cars. And then rotation.
Nice.
Good rotation
He's
to the
good on the
chicane.
apex, isn't he? I'm sensing
Hey,
his
look at-
racing lines are good, innit?
You're learning.
You're learning now.
Yeah,
you're on it.
Can we get a quick yo family, by the way? Just a quick.
Yeah,
Yo
family.
Power, power, power. Go, 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 go.
Happy days, no worries.
Why
Bazinga
said that? Anyway,
over
let's
the
see the
top.
time.
Let's see what he
Yeah,
does.
this is live.
Door then here for Bazinga as he comes to take the checker flag. Oh,
28.
28,
Wow.
6.3 for the DS Penske driver for Senor
brilliant.
Frogs. That is absolutely phenomenal for Bazinga. That is about 4.5 to nearly 5 seconds quicker than we saw from the Senor Frogs driver in the quarterfinals after he missed a run here tonight as well. That has
Oh,
certainly put
dude,
the
he might
pressure
shunt
on
this
Chip's
car,
shoulders.
bro.
Yeah, I mean, that is a
He
full
might
1
crash
second
this
faster than
fucking
Chip.
car.
Good job, mate. Good job. That's a really, really good lap, mate.
Let's go.
That time is
See, look, he's got fucking dude. There's literally there's clutches, shift paddles, and you have the fucking top paddles too. If you're not shifting, what the fuck are those actually used for? They actually might just be used for fun.
Antonio Felix da Costa's coaching that we saw him getting after the semi-finals.
They're probably some are probably attack mode or whatever.
Big lap ahead for Chip.
But like,
yep, certainly is. Well, we'll watch Bazinga making his way back into the pit lane.
you press it once and then it's just.
We got a lot of Yo
I don't
families.
know.
Apparently, Randolph is in the chat. Not a lot about the racing, but come on, Bez. Here we go. Goat. Bez, 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 Bez. Let's go. The big Bezza. And now we're getting a lot of let's go Chippos.
Right, so is it? Would you say it's an equal split on the chat between Bez and Chip here?
It is very, very equal. I'd say this is pretty 50-50. People are saying irons, irons, irons. I think that's a West Ham reference.
As I say, they're West Ham fans.
That's it, yeah.
Right, okay.
But which one of the drivers is a West Ham fan?
That will be Bez.
Right, okay. So up the irons then for Bez.
No.
What about Chip? I'm not quite sure of his allegiances when it comes to football teams. I'm sure we'll find out, and I'm sure the YouTube chat can help us.
Yeah,
right, just
paddles,
to give you an
man.
idea of context then, in the second of the finals, as Bazinga makes his way back into the pit lane, and Chip is now out for his warm-up lap. 1:28.633 is the time that Chip needs to beat. His quickest time so far, and he's had one more run as he was in the semi-finals, was a 1:29.662. So he's got about a second or so to find over the course of this lap as the burnt Chip. And let's see whether he can do it. This is going to be mightily close.
It is. It is going to be, yeah, going to be really interesting. Here he is. Just
Here we go.
Up through the chicane. He's got about half a lap to go before he goes for his big push time lap. Tom, are you ready for this?
I am ready for this. I'm keen to see what Chip is going to be able to do. I mean, you can see the steady improvements. Quarterfinals 1:31.7, semi-finals 1:29.6. If he can
Right, this is the
find
out
a
lap.
second or so, I mean, that's bob on the time he needs to beat, and he's going to know that. He'll see that on his
Paddles are used for
delta on the
energy
dashboard. He'll see
management.
how much
Okay,
is
gotcha.
under or over that time, over the course of that lap.
Do you guys have any predictions? What do you think?
It's hard to call.
Australian? You mean Roland?
He was on Bazinga, given the performance we saw from him in the quarterfinals.
You met Roland?
Chip's rate of progression has been so impressive.
Yeah.
Pick one. Chip. I'm going for Chip.
Okay. Chip is very good under pressure. That's one thing about
Hey,
Chip.
thank you, Jasper. Hey, Jasper. Soon, bro. Soon. I'm about to actually do a crazy diet. You guys will see soon.
Across the timeline we go for Chip then for the Senor Frogs down in towards turn
Look up, what's his name? Oliver Roland? Look up Oliver Roland. Was that him that you met?
Through the exit of turn 2. Down in towards turn 4, and the first exit time will give us our first.
That also may have been me.
That was a good line. That was a good line. Look at the music.
Oh, that was close.
On the way out of the on a corner.
First sector, just 0.3 of a second in it. Wow, that is.
Oh, you sent it. Dude, did you see the TCS guys were fucking. They were fucking scared shitless. Oh.
He does a good job there.
Great job.
Yeah, lovely.
Power.
Through into that corner as well. This second part of it, you've got to carry some commitment over the curve.
There we go. Send it. Oh my god. Dude, they're fucking scared shitless. The team is so fucking. They're so fucking nervous. Oh, that's actually that's some good speed. That's some good speed.
Wow, he's a second up now into the final 2 chicane. But you can win and lose so much time in these last 2 corners.
Through in towards the final couple of corners we go then. So it's Chip versus Bazinga. It's the 2 Senor Frogs.
Oh, he's sending it. He's sending it.
As we come through the left, then the right hand.
Oh, he got it. He got it. That looked good. That looked good.
We come to the line to take the checkered flag. And who wins Evo Sessions 2026? It's Chip who does it by
Damn.
4 tenths of a second. Chip becomes the 2026 Formula E Evo Sessions champion. Absolutely phenomenal time there for him. He was up in the first sector.
That's crazy. That was a good.
4 tenths of a second is the
That looked pretty good.
Bazinga's challenge is to pose right at the very end.
What's he gonna say?
We're open for a bit of team radio there from Chip, but what a phenomenal lap time there. Pressure was on his shoulders, but we spoke about the rate of progression there, Karun, and ultimately 4 tenths of a second is what decided it.
Yeah, super close.
You dropped 10 seconds? Yeah, sick radio.
He's incredible. And it kind of
dope message.
The early part of the lap, it was Chip who was slightly behind, and then as the lap unfolded, he was really good in the chicanes. That's where he found a big chunk of time. And yeah, wins by 4 tenths to become the Evo champion for today.
Yeah, just to correct myself earlier on, I said he was up in the first sector. He wasn't, as you say, he was slightly behind by a few tenths of a second, but it was sector 2. He pulled out a second over Bazinga in that one alone, and then sector 3.
That's fucking crazy.
Bazinga was slightly quicker, but because of that second part of the lap, the middle sector, that's where he was able to build that advantage and still carry it into the final part of it.
Yeah, and Senior Frogs now secures their win as well in the teams because they win 18-5. So
it's like a rugby score, that, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't watch rugby.
Do you not? You're not a rugby fan?
No, I don't know anything about rugby.
Yeah,
fair enough.
it was pretty good.
So I just know that that's a normal rugby score. Normally when England are losing.
But in both of them,
someone who isn't losing though is
not gonna lie.
Chip. Senior Frogs become the team's champions here in Jeddah for the Evo sessions.
I mean, they both had moments of oversteer and they like caught the car, which is
put up an effort as best as they could.
more
but
than
ultimately the favour did not fall in their fortune.
a lot of people would do.
And Senior Frogs and Cal Frazee, the team principal there, making his way towards the Jaguar garage, will be congratulating Burnt Chip, who becomes the Evo Sessions champion of the 2026 season.
Music Daily doing good, doing all right.
Phenomenal lap time, 4 tenths of a second in it. Will Any down there as well as Bazinga.
Frogs just run right. The frogs are just turned up, bro. Mate, we just run.
Yeah, I'll check. I'll check, Docky.
Here in Jeddah, they win the team's title.
I blasphemous. I don't know, bro. It's actually crazy.
He's not authorized to use that. What's he doing?
I don't know if the risk assessment's been covered, but I don't think he really gives much of a toss at the moment. That was phenomenal there from Chip, and for the Jaguar team, thankfully their car didn't end up in the barrier.
Does he have a signature celebration? Chip? Does he do a,
I don't know.
Does he do a backflip or anything?
He might pull something out, you know.
Well, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Dice Race Money for Nothing plays on the Circuit PA here in Jeddah. This has been a really great addition for the Evo Sessions. Last year, of course, we had the Evo Sessions, but it wasn't a competition format like this. And well, it's
Of course, Peaky Blinders.
Spills,
of course.
Drama right down to the checkered flag. And the upshot is the Burnt Chip wins the Evo Sessions of 2026.
Bazinga's a fan of the Dynasty?
His Jaguar to be congratulated.
No way, that's crazy.
Cal Frazee and the reigning Senior Frogs also down there. Arthur TV and Bazinga as well, the man who he just beat a couple of moments ago.
Chip has done a lot of karting, really.
That's great. It really is great. And what an opportunity for these content creators here, Karim,
Really?
to get the chance to jump in one of the world's fastest single-seater
Full-fledged optic fan, that's sick.
To go and do something like that is incredible.
I mean, that Jaguar that he was driving literally won the race yesterday.
Yeah.
It was the very car that won round 5 of the Formula E World Championship.
3 24-hour
It's
races.
an amazing opportunity for him to have a go.
A lot of people are saying, we want more Evo sessions like this. Do you think it will happen?
I don't see a reason why not, given that this has gone down very well indeed. A bit more of that and a bit more.
I don't know if that Lola team would agree with that. But
Oh, I don't know. Looking at my... Although you said the simulators are harder, right?
Well, yeah.
You never know. I might...
Hey, you could jump yourself in a real car. We'll get you trained up.
And I feel like I've learned a lot today. I really appreciate being next to you guys. You've taught me a lot.
You know what?
Unbroken, I
know what
don't
Apex is. It's when you go around the corner close to it.
I don't think they would
I mean, you know, the possibilities are endless.
You know what Leng is?
I do know what lane is.
I'd probably be breaking some rule.
We'll come to that later. That was a DC thing. Don't worry about
The
it.
fact that
Anyway,
I'm
let's get to
a driver.
with the 2026
Long Beach? Nah, negative. Negative.
He is down talking to our team on the ground.
Right, remember, can we keep the wheels on?
Josh, we're live.
Oh, hello. Hi.
Hello. I have heard you're good at karting.
Yeah.
But bloody hell. I mean, I thought it was going to go to Ethan, and then you just took it from him.
Yeah, I know. When Ethan put in that last lap, and I was sat there waiting at the lights, Josip came on the radio and he said, "Oh, it's a 128.4." I was like, "That's a great lap. I don't know if I'll beat that, but we just had to send it." And thank you to Mitch as well.
How? Like,
I kind of don't know. I think it was very close, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I haven't even looked at your laptop.
I think
Oh,
there's only a couple attempts in it.
the IndyCar race at Long Beach is crazy.
This is
I mean, at Long Beach, I actually fucking love that track.
like I didn't even get to do pre or
At least on the sim, I love that track.
I know.
This is mental. You're
I
having
did
your.
work very hard for it, so as you know, I'm not too surprised.
Daytona
I know how much
picks
you love racing, so I know how much this means to you.
for NASCAR, dude. I don't.
Honestly, I put so many hours
Dude, should I just act like a fucking expert? And just fucking guess.
Wow. There's a lot of people that just turned up and still did really well.
Just,
Honestly,
is he bet? What is he betting? Money?
I'm so proud of you. Well done. You really deserve it.
Thank you.
Just give Ben all the wrong picks.
I'm gonna have a sparkling water or whatever I can get. But I've got a flight at 7 a.m. straight back. For
See, I think they are shifting. Like, why is there shift lights?
All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Well done.
Why is there shift lights?
Well done to the Burn Chip, then the 2026 Formula E Evo
See.
Sessions champion. Great job from the Senior Frogs. Team
What the
Radio.
fuck is that? iRacing,
Well, I hope
Chief.
it's Team Radio. That's, you can see what it meant there for Cal Freezy, the team principal. Amazing job from that team. They dominated things tonight. Let's be transparent about it. Really good pace from all of their drivers.
Oh, good to see genuine excitement from the Formula E regulars as well, isn't it? You know, it's been a fun evening. Everyone's gotten quite into it. And we see Mitch Evans and Antonio Felix Acosta. They're celebrating the Jaguar pick out as well.
Yeah. So we got a lot of Sabina Dor in chat. Little Easter egg there for you. Do you know Sabina Dor?
Enlighten me.
It's hard to explain. If you just say it once, it'll make sense. Just Sabina Dor.
Sabina Dor.
That's it. Do you want to try it?
Sabina Dor.
That's it.
What?
I have no
No,
idea.
it's fine.
What is happening?
No, it's a good.
Am I
it's
speaking
all right.
English?
It's English, yeah. It's basically you're saying respect to Chip and all that. Sabina Dor is the whole.
This is really educational.
Splendid. Oh, I'm glad we've enjoyed that one.
People are asking, is there going to be a podium?
Yeah, it's coming up. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.
No, podium celebrations along the way here before too long in Jeddah for the Evo sessions, and believe we can now go down to Nikki and the team on the ground to soak up some of the atmosphere after the conclusion of that enthralling final.
It was an absolutely epic final. We're standing poised and ready for the wild podium celebrations. First, we should probably get your thoughts, Vic. How do you reflect on... Well, it's been a day, highs and lows, right?
A roller coaster of a day.
You can sit down now and chill out.
Yeah, I think, I tried to join the Senior Frogs, didn't make it. Maybe I was going the right way.
Anti-fog
But you know what?
visors.
Everyone on the team put in a real effort. Everyone went for it. No one held back.
My visor fucking fogs up.
Yeah, some amazing races.
What an epic experience. Amelia, I mean, how do you reflect on... I'm sure you were watching that final. Who was your money on? How do you think they did? I mean, so close, just 4/10 in it. You know what it's like, just missing out the quarters.
I literally lost to Chip by 0.4 of a second. And it was, he deserved it. He really put up a great fight. I was so happy to see you come up with a Quick Stars shirt still on, and then I found out you tried to sell your soul for a Senior Frogs jacket.
That was something. There's this guy that looks just
okay, cool. So it wasn't you. Okay, good. Then I'm glad to hear that you're still our team principal,
Yes,
and that all is good.
Yeah.
But no, amazing drivers too. Seriously, everyone involved, like amazing driving. It's wicked to be behind the Formula E cars. They're just so quick. And it's a blessing.
We've had a lot of requests already from everyone watching Evo Sessions 3.
Let's go. I'm in. I'll be here.
Vic race.
Are you team principal again?
I'm ready to come back. Yeah, we'll come back. Yeah, everyone loves a comeback story, right?
Team principal of which team, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, which team? Which team will you come back as?
I would never. That's twice I've been kicked out from that team.
Kai, I bet you want to in the team.
Yeah, surely. You have to be racing.
Well,
you know what?
You see any day one of the EWC for COD is BO3? What?
Okay. And I enjoyed my
Huh?
role. And you know what? It made me respect so much the people in this sport and the people behind the scenes, because I'm behind the scenes in this setting, but to do this multiple days in a row, week in, week out, when you've been working towards it all year.
Yeah.
Big props to everyone kind of behind the scenes and everyone who's made this possible. Look how many people are involved in allowing this to happen.
Oh,
Formula E for allowing this to happen.
I thought you were talking like the game. But you said it's best of 3.
You're totally right. Really well said, because there are so many people behind
It's crazy.
the scenes. All the Formula E drivers, the teams, the personnel, you guys, the creators,
the marshals, everyone. Yeah,
and to get
army.
the risk assessment signed off, that's
I don't
not
know how
easy.
you done that, by the way.
No.
I have no idea.
Well,
so we got to say a big thanks.
I will say we might not be the quick stars, but we're the cool stars.
Oh, I love that. There we go. We can run with that. I'm okay with that.
Vic, are you going to be DJ in the after party, if there is one?
You know what? Yeah.
I thought that was happening.
There we go. Yeah.
They
It's the
brought
least
your
I could
decks.
do. It's the least I could do. I'll contribute something to the day.
Is it your hotel room?
I tell you what, I think it's in there, in the Evo Lounge. In the Evo Lounge, we'll get it going. We can all celebrate because what an amazing event.
With our sparkling water.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe we'll have another one when we're back in the UK. And again, we've got to thank you guys for watching as well. We've had so many people from all over the world, like Spain, Netherlands. We still want to hear where you're from, Mexico as well. Even Antarctica, apparently. Say hi to the penguins.
Wi-Fi over there?
What's that?
They got Wi-Fi in Antarctica?
Well,
Probably
I'm
on
not quite sure
that
if
Starlink,
it's
true. Anyway.
not tongue in cheek, but no, but so many people have been watching, and I
so
think we
cool.
are now ready for some epic podium celebrations. So let's go to Tom Brooks, our commentator.
Thank you very much indeed, Nikki. You can see the drivers and the teams down here in the paddock in Jeddah as we wait for the podium celebrations to get underway in front of what has been a brilliant event, an amazing crowd, and a fantastic second edition of the Formula E Evo sessions. It is time then to get our podium celebrations underway here in Jeddah. Well, you can see the drivers and the fans here in Jeddah. Looking forward to these podium celebrations now beginning. Senor Frogs, the winning
Let's
team
see what trophy they
of
get.
Evo Sessions 2026. There's Max Klemenko, the winner of the Wooden Spoon Award. He'll be presented with that. Carby Lame in the middle of your picture there. Arthur TV in the Envision Racing overalls. Amelia Hartford also down there as well as Izzy Hammond. Great to see her okay after that incident earlier on. And great to see the teams and the drivers have all enjoyed that one as well. It's been a fantastic event, really exciting atmosphere here tonight, and what an opportunity for these content creators to be able to jump out and jump into these Formula E cars here, Karun.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's a great opportunity for them. Great to see that Izzy as well. Obviously, I'm sure she feels quite bad about the damage to the car. We heard her speaking earlier. But, you know, race cars can be repaired. Human beings can't be repaired as easily. So I'm very, very glad to see her looking well there.
There's Ellie Norman, Chief Marketing Officer for Formula E, presenting the Wooden Spoon Award, first of all, to Max Klemenko. The Ukrainian driver jumped into a single-seater car. It's his first ever time on a racetrack. So to be presented with the Wooden Spoon Award, an accolade for him to take home, as well as a medal. And also the good feeling inside of his heart to say that he is one of a very select few drivers to have driven a Gen 3 Evo Formula E car.
He's loving it, and Jack's going to give him the fajita.
I don't know, but it's an actual wooden spoon.
Great stuff.
Oh my god.
Izzy Hammond also there presented with a medal after banging the car into the wall, but as we said, good thing is she's okay.
Yeah. It's like Kids Sports Day. It's,
everyone gets a prize.
Everyone gets a prize, a participation prize.
So everyone gets a medal?
Yeah. There are no losers at St Barnabas, is here, Jack?
Cabby thought he was going to steal a trophy there.
What a shame. Gets a medal for his efforts there. Amelia Harford also. And they didn't work out for the Quick Stars team, did it? Because they backed the wrong horse.
Well, I am glad they did it in Jeddah. It actually made it like super interesting, and because of the fucking walls everywhere, dude. Like,
Brownie makes his way onto the stage then for the Andretti.
If I was like the actual teams running these cars, knowing like the fucking mechanics, who like any sort of wreck, they have to fix it, I would be sweating my ass off.
Just like you, Tom.
Oh wow, even Vicstar gets a medal.
Hey, told you.
Yeah, if you crash with like wooden walls and shit, it is fucking over.
Like a medal.
Run. Team Senior Frogs, the winners of the Evo sessions here in Jeddah, make their way off the stage then. Big Star, of course, the Quick Stars. Now time for your top 3 fastest drivers to be making their way onto the stage. Will N.E. What a job from the man from Newcastle.
Next, in second place from Senior Props is Bazinga.
Bazinga did a super job, didn't he? Like that final was really, really exciting, and as we said, just 4/10 to the end. Great job by him, but in the end, it was Chip who did the best lap.
Yeah, Bird Chip makes his way onto the top step of the podium as the winning driver here in Formula E. Now time for the national anthem of our winning country of the United Kingdom.
Hey, you idiots. Oh.
God Save the King plays out for Burnt Chip, the winner of Formula E Evo Sessions 2026 here in Jeddah. 4/10 of a second. The gap between himself and the eventual second place finisher, Bazinga. Will N.E. with a podium in that Mahindra. Michaela Schnuck, newly appointed Chief Media Officer for Formula E, presenting the third place trophy. Max Günther, DS Penske driver, presenting the second place trophy to the man who drove his car. Great job from Bazinga, P2 for him here in Jeddah. And now the winner, the trophy presented by Antonio Finch da Costa of Jaguar TCS Racing. And of course, it is awarded to Burnt Chip.
Yeah.
And done in a flourish and style as well.
Yesterday's race winner, of course, Antonio Felix da Costa.
I wonder where that horn was coming from. Now we know.
I mean, I bought music there. I don't even know what you're talking about.
To make their way onto the stage. Another winning team, of course, the Senior Frogs here.
Senior
in
Frogs.
Cal Freezy, the team principal. Jeff Dodds, the Formula E CEO, with the winner's trophy. Presents it to the man who's been behind the scenes and running that outfit here this weekend. To the 5 drivers out on track. Very, very well deserved indeed. Now time to run and take cover as the trophies are lifted. And the rose water is about to fly. Well, Fred again, victory lap plays on the tannoy here.
What
and
a shoot.
Beautiful. This has been a great event. You enjoyed yourself here, Jack?
I've had the best time ever. I still don't know how I got hired for this.
We're grateful you were, because you've explained so much to us. It really has been an education.
I feel like we've all got a lot of education today.
I've got to go write some debrief notes after this. I've learned all these words.
Exactly. Write it down.
Team Senior Frogs are the winners of the Evo Sessions 2026 here in Formula E. And the winner, of course, as the driver, is Burnt Chip as well.
Right. Well, I guess from us, Sabina Dor.
Sabina Dor, indeed.
6-7 Sabina Dor. Should we end on that?
Certainly will. Let's go down to Nikki and the crew on the ground here in Jeddah.
Oh, it is so special, isn't it? The atmosphere is just buzzing. I think everyone is just actually really happy for each other.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys had some fun. It was actually interesting. It was actually pretty interesting. I mean, that crash, she's gonna be thinking, or she's gonna be fucking sore tomorrow. Yeah, that was I'm actually amazed she's fine right now. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Shout out to CSN for having me on, and Formula E for actually, dude, fucking risking a lot of money to make something entertaining with some content creators. So anyways, everyone enjoy your day. I'll probably be live on Monday. It's going to be a lot of iRacing coming up as I practice for my next race, which is going to be about in a month's time. But other than that, be sure to follow the channel, and I will see you guys later. Peace.